shame to go this way. It's my fate, I'm on my last. When rabbit night, I am red in my blood streams. Roads deep with bruises on my knees and ribs crushed onto pieces. Nothing left to hold on. Actually, wait, I do have a regret. That day before you left me, you're my everything. You're my everything. We suck on my The magical potion of reanimation. Rise from me, my darling, so I can see you at my braces. Reassemble you again. The waitress can't be loved, so bravely I fought. They fell and found my lady doesn't want. Poison sandwich tea party starts now. Eat up if you're lucky, you won't eat up it's eternity. Eat up, baby, this time you'll be cut off your stomach. Eat up, eat it all, just eat it all, 'cause there's no poison after all. I've cleared mountains and tundras. Iron Maiden, my lady has spoken. You shall never collapse. So I charged up my laser. Da-dee-da-da-dee-da, that makes your bones stronger than steel. Da-dee-da-da-dee-da, that backs up your thoughts to the cloud. Choose or false, it's a logic that dictates it all. Rising edge takes a claw, simulates your flight fall. Generate, escalate, let your blood fill the gates. Multiplex, process, registration. Wipe off your past, grind down your vitamins. The end justifies the means. Open the book, turn to page 617. 贈り物が届いているようでございますよ。
Oh, that's unfortunate. One of the tabs was muted. Okay. Alright. Akira. Can you hear me now? That's like kind of good that I did not do it. I was kind of just mostly waiting, and I was only just seeing if you were here. Okay, that's kind of good. I was wondering why I was not hearing nothing. Alright. Look at your timing. I mean... Okay, that explains why nobody was saying nothing. Okay. Alright, Akira. I'm going to do your games first right now, and then I'm going to go switch over to Lappy. But before that, let me double check what you were typing for what your issues are. Okay, so inside the pros, my games from the online tourney yesterday wanted to get some advice as to where and what to improve on. I already got a few ideas like choosing the more optimal combos and using U skills more frequently off of FAR 5M, for example. But aside from that, I'm clueless. I especially struggle against zoners, as I just can't seem to find a pattern of breakthrough and approach. Okay, I definitely understand that. And your first game is Fairy, then you got Batrix, and you got Seox. Okay, alright. Let's see what we're working with him. The first game is obviously your Fairy one, since that's the first one you sent in, so we're gonna check these out. Oh, GM. Okay. This is already a rough matchup for Yule. Like, historically, this has always been a really rough matchup. Before this starts, it got more rough for Yule with Rising update because of things they added with BCs and whatnot, and an 8-frame DP for Fairy to use. So this matchup got a whole lot more intense and harder for Yule to get in stand, especially on top of the most recent buffs and changes to Fairy. I mean, we literally just saw Kasa Asagi just, win on Fairy kind of like easily. So this character's kind of juiced up right now a little bit. But let's see though. Yeah, no, she's back to kind of being a menace. But let's see how you approach though. Okay, that's a good timing for like a DP. You were close enough. You at least recognize that. Try to be careful though. You should have not DP'd. If that was the only thing you could react to in time, then that's fine. But when you see that GG tossed, you should instantly try to just 6XL. Especially if you're up close like that, you should just try to press your medium, whatever is close enough just to connect, and then just combo from that if they're that close. But usually when you're trying to get in, what you want to do is slowly walk forward. This is a very slow matchup that you're going to have to try and play in. So what you kind of do is you shimmy walk forward. You walk a smidge, crouch, walk, smidge, crouch. And then you just kind of go like that and play like that and try to get in. Sometimes you do a roll like, especially when it comes to you blocking the low medium. When you block like 2M, what you either do is you have a choice. You can jump. That's one option. You can jump immediately, try to jump, or you roll forward off of that. Because what Fairy would do is either spot dodge to cancel the animation and try to throw out another button and try to catch a roll. Or if she thinks you're going to walk forward or do anything else, she's going to commit to throwing out her 236X moves and try to catch you. So if you roll past that, so if you want to take the gambit of rolling after the 2M, if she goes for a 236X, depending on which one she does, L or medium, I think you will get caught. But if she does L to try to smack you back, you will pass that, and depending on distance, you might, at the very least, steal your turn, or you're going to punish her with a far medium, depending on your distance. So that's kind of the first thing, but you have to play really, really, really slow. Or you could try make an attempt of a jump, and if she does like her 236M, then it's just going to completely miss because of how long it takes to toss out. It's going to completely miss, and you're going to fall down with like jump JH and get a whole combo. So it's one of those things. It's in her ballpark after blocking 2M of what her next move is. Most times they will play it safe and they will spot dodge. If they do spot dodge and you roll forward, then you're probably going to get clipped by a quick another 2M input, and that will be a counter hit for trying to roll forward. If you jump, then they have to either spend 50 meter to instantly UDP you, depending on how close you are to them already, or if you're far away, they will press HDP if they want to guarantee you not getting in. And if they don't have any DP, then it's kind of a gambit for them to try to press 2H since you can air block it. It's one of those things. It's not like amazing for like you. Like there's no easy answer, but these are some options. It's better to know these options than to not. You even see a Zangief Dream try Every time a 2M was hit, you seen him always attempting to just roll forward. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't on catching Casa. Unfortunately, you're trying to play with the gimmick a little bit. It was kind of working. Be careful about instantly flipping on Fairy, because she can easily like OS you with some buttons. Like if she does like her medium, or she tries to hit you at close H, but you already flip back, it's gonna turn into far heavy, and it's gonna be a full counter hit into like a mean combo. So be careful about instantaneously, or even just a simple far light. If she just decides to just do a close light, then it's gonna turn to far light. So be careful about instantly flipping, because if a Fairy knows what they're doing and they're ready to quickly cancel, they're gonna cancel that far light and any other button into an instantaneous 214U, which is going to give them a full combo and can give them a GG 50-50. So be careful about instantaneously flipping on Wake Up. It's a lot better to do that during the GG mix. I don't know if you do it, but we'll see. Be careful about running. There's not a matchup you could just full sprint either. You can try full sprinting, but it's not going to fully play in your favor. If you want to know a really BS answer you could do here, which is kind of funny, what you could do at this distance is, unironically, if you're willing to burn the 50 meter on a chance, you can actually just throw out a 236U. And if she does any standing button, it's going to get absolutely crushed and sent to the corner. So it's sometimes I would do that in like this matchup when I'm playing Yule against Fairy. Like at a distance, if they're really too pressy, I will just full send a 236U and it will crush any button they throw at me, since it's an active hitbox all the way through. And it will give you a knockdown and your meter back if it actually fully connects. If it doesn't, then you're -4 in their face, which is not enough for Fairy to do anything like meaningful against you. Which means if they're going to try to take their turn back of 6XL or like a light, try to at the very last second cancel on the stance, and then you could try pressing parry to really try to catch them off if they're trying to take their turn back off you being -4. It's like, it's not the end of the world just because Fairy's buttons and the distance it creates. You can actually try to force your way in and on block if you're really good about it. You can force a guess of it, or you can do parry or not. So it's one of those options. It's kind of messed up, and it's one of the only few options you really have. But if they press 2M a lot, and you try to full send the 236U, you will just lose, because the hitbox doesn't hit low enough most times against it. But it is one of those things, if they're really too pressy. That right there you want to be careful about. See how you rolled and you got clipped by 2M? That was exactly what I was talking about. Sometimes they will do that. I have a really bad habit of tapping the dash macro button. Yeah, so do I, but be really careful. Sometimes if you really want to, you can very quickly lightly tap it. It's like block an attack and then quickly lightly tap your micro dash and then immediately do another crouch block. That gives you a little bit more distance than just simply walking forward. But what you want to do a lot is like a lot of shimmy walk forward. So you quickly tap forward and then down back, forward, down back, forward, down back, forward, down back, like so instantaneously that you don't even really see the walk animation, but you're slowly sliding across the ground. That is what a lot of people do. It's not going to give you the most ground. If Fairy presses a lot of buttons, it's going to send you back to where you started. But it is something to keep the ground and protect yourself from getting clipped into combos, especially if the Fairy is not actually reacting to their hit confirms and just mashing things. It will help you a lot. Much harder to do that dash blocking in this game though. Walk blocking sounds much safer. Yeah, because you're not actually dash blocking. You're technically dash blocking, but it's not in the normal sense of like literally frame one. It's just that you're taking advantage of how long Fairy's recovery is on her moves, that you're just stealing more ground quickly. You're taking a gambit, because if they cancel in like a 214L, it's only 214L that you will get caught trying to do a quick dash and then block. It is possible against Fairy. Block a move and do it, and if it's anything other than 236L, you can dash block in time. It's one of those things, you gotta keep mixing it up, and that was actually good right there. Hold on, that's actually very good. That's actually a really good use of Yule's crushing your counter poke. So, not that, but like right after that, that was actually really solid. If it was 2M though, you probably would be safe. Actually, yeah, with the hitboxes and her boxes at this distance, I think you might have just barely been safe. You have not been counter hit by Fairy's 2M, it would have just whiffed on each other. You would have been fine, and you would have recovered first. And that's actually a really, really, really solid pre-buffer input. That's actually really good on you. I don't remember if you ever took my advice when I was telling you and like other Yules way back then to like please start pre-buffering inputs, especially on your counter pokes like that. And always know what your counter poke should be, because that is why. That is actually really solid. You do the same thing against other characters that zone you out easily when you're trying to counter poke, especially characters like Percival. This is what I was telling this guy before he went to Evo to fight Virum against his Percival. Press your far heavy, and then have your chosen pre-buffer ready. That will always work. That way, in any situation to where you're pressing your far heavy, it should only be in situations to where you'll only cancel on a hit, not on block hits, but on like crushing hits. Know your situations and your distances, and you will never have to worry about the wrong cancels. This is really solid because now you can take advantage of this and you can basically steal the whole entire game in your next mix, depending on what you do. That right there. Okay, you wanted more optimal combos? Here was your change. So right after that, you press 2H. So when you get this, you just immediately press 2H, cancel into the U, or cancel on the stance, do a 2H and from stance, and then you can press like close, heavy, or whatever. That's like one of the new optimals for this. Or you can still go the old route and just cancel immediately into stance 2H, but you can do that. Do 2H, do 2-2H, cancel in the stance, and then do a 2H off of that. So it's a lot of 2H cycling. You're good. After this, go into the lab. When you get this hit, I think you cancel in the 2H now. I'm beyond positive that you cancel in this 2H now off of this hit. And then you just kind of do like an anti-air combo where you do 2-2H after 2H. And then stance and then whatever you want to do after that. At least you got the hit though. That's the part that really matters. Unfortunate. Try to be careful to not keep going for the gimmick so much. Sometimes just do a safe jab, especially if you don't know how your opponent is going to react to certain situations, especially fairies. Fairies love BCing and DPing the moment you touch them with anything. Try to hit them with safe jabs a little bit more, just to test waters, and then throw in some fake stuff. You can't do fake stuff without showing real things first. That was good. What wasn't good is you pressed far medium. Try to break the habit of always pressing far medium, because when you hit things with far medium, your pressure ends before you can even start. Especially when you have a button that can serve the same purpose, just start doing 6XL. Because that way, even if you don't get a punish, which can give you better rewards anyways, because if you get 6XL, you can cancel into close medium and gives you a full combo. Unlike just doing far medium into like 236L or 236M. If it's on block, you're still right in their face and you're +2 now in their face. So try to get far medium out of like your mind of always pressing far medium. Don't get me wrong, far medium has a time and place. I think the button is very mediocre and underwhelming compared to just many other options Yule has under her belt. But it is an option. But this is not one of those cases. You should have just done a 6XL, or if you were actually trying to get punished, just do 2M. Because far medium is 9 frames. That's actually kind of slow to try and get punished with. Unfortunate, you slightly walked forward and got hit. It happens though. You just gotta practice the shimmy walk forward, like just quickly walk forward and blocking. Unfortunately, you backdashed when you saw GG. Try to go into the lab and practice on reaction, and when you see the GG animation start up to just 6XL dash or full send a 236U. Depending on how good you are, you can do the input for 236U or just do easy input. Just instantaneously send a 236U on the animation startup, and you'll get a punish most times if you can actually react decently quick enough and you're close enough. If you're super far away, it's not going to work. But if you're like mid-ish screen away, try to react 236U because of how quick the startup is of the move and how much ground it covers. You will catch the recovery frames of throwing GG and absolutely send you'll send Fairy packing into a corner. Isn't there a GG version that hits you on the way down? It's a very short arc. You can still go forward. Like all the animations, you can actually still hit her. especially if you're like mid-screen. If you're further away, yes, because by the time you can cover the ground, it's already landing. But like if you're in the mid-screen, like right where you were at, which I go back to. If you're in the mid-screen, watch. It's like right there. You could cover the ground in time, and you will actually hit her because GG takes a hot sec to actually like bonk into you. If you jump, it's gonna instantaneously hit you, but like you can easily do it if you can actually react just in time. Like I would say within mid-screen instantaneously do it, or just in general, I would always instantaneously do it because at worst, even if you get bonked by it, it's usually not gonna give a whole entire combo because of like how quickly it's gonna hit you, and Fairy is still recovering. But just try to practice on reaction of punishing GG tosses, especially when you're mid-screen and closer. Yeah, see right here, try to be careful about just constantly dashing, because that's when you can't really dash block and you're just going to get hit. Good, you finally jumped once, that threw her off. Oh my god. I respect it. That's funny. Oh, be careful about that. That's an actual setup. So sometimes what you want to do is when you have the distance like this, it seems weird because Fairy's actually negative off of that. But here's the thing. Look how far I sent you back. Sometimes when they start doing that, just instantaneously BC them. It gives you a counter hit and you don't get pushed out. It does a little bit of damage, gives you a hard knockdown, and it shoves them to the corner. So unironically, because you can't really BC in this matchup because most of it is unBCable. So your BCs just kind of burn them to keep Fairy shoved in the corner. It would be perfect. That's what you see a lot of people do, especially when a Fairy does 214L. What people would do, especially the most sweatiest people, they're gonna spam just block, and then right at the last second, then they're gonna BC. So they steal like a little bit of meter, and then they BC to knock Fairy into the corner. It's one of those things. Good on you to not instantaneously always press, because of Fairies, a good Fairy will try to instantaneously just do HDP. Like that. If you do it too much, then you gotta be careful. I would never recommend trying to do that when GG's already down, because you're gonna get knocked into the GG and it gives a full combo like this. I would never recommend it once GG's down to try to jump on a Fairy. It will usually get you cooked into a full combo and it hurts. Good. Unfortunately. Oh no! You BC when they were really you DP when they were really negative. That was really unfortunate. What you should have done right there was at that distance, realistically, just grab them. If you really want a quick punish, just grab them. You were right in their face. 4 frames, twice the speed of DP, and it's a lot safer, and it would probably be a punish, and if it wasn't a punish, they would have to tank anyways. And if they were going to frame trap, you were going to die anyways. Yeah, no, sweeps. All sweeps in this game is negative. That's what that was. That's very sweep. Watch. Oh, where was it? Yeah, see, that's sweep. See, to you. And that's like really negative. Yeah. You might be able to get like close mediums, like close heavy punish or something. But at the very least, you should just backward throw, because it's sweep. There was no plus sweeps in this game. Oh, that was the sweep. I couldn't tell in the moment, I guess. You're good, but yeah. If you want to know if it's a sweep, is the moment you see purple flames, that's sweep. It's instantaneously sweep if you just see random purple flames. And that's like one of the only moves she has on her normals. Her U is obviously the spiral, and that chips you. That's obviously different compared to doing sweep. And even if she did 2M, they're both super negative at that range. Just throw. You almost did it. Sadly, you just didn't do the right timing and you got slightly snuffed out by them already pressing a button. You almost had that. If you sent it a little earlier or just waited until they were already in recovery, that would have worked if they kept pressing. Good. There you go. There you go. You got your way in. Now be careful. They're going to DP because, yep, that's their last option. They have no more DC. Unfortunately, you stand up. Be careful about that. Don't try to stand up because that thing gels you for a really long time. And it just exposes your feet. Just block it all the way through. Good. Oh, you did not get the hit confirm. Bully Fairy. Fairy does not have fast buttons. Her close light is 7 frames. And when you answer certain distances, when it comes to far light, she just loses. Her far light is 8 frames. So what you want to start trying to do is, like, unironically, your 2-2L, you know, if it's +0, like even on +1, as if you were slightly away from like close light distance, or even up close, you could be -1 and it's still your turn. You could be -2 and it's even. So just think of this matchup differently. -2 is neutral for you guys. -2. If you're -1, you're actually plus against Fairy. You can press far light and it'll beat her far light. You will crush her. So take advantage of like +0 moves. So unironically, you have an infinite turn stealer of doing close heavy into 2-2L. Because what does it leave you at? It leaves you at 0. So unironically, you could just keep cycling that. So you just do your close heavy into like 2-2L and then just do far light. And it actually is your turn if she presses anything at all. Or you just press 2M. That's why another thing you see a lot of people do is people use close medium on Fairy. Because close mediums on most characters, I think especially like Yule, is +0. So that's what they frame trap with. They don't do close light to close heavy to frame trap. They do close light and the close medium. So it'd be close light, close light, close like medium, like a little small dash forward, close medium. And if it's blocked, you're +0, which means it's your turn. So you could do a far light after that. So you can unironically do like close light, close medium, far light, dashing 6L, steal a turn again, close light, close medium, far light. Like all of that's real because of that. You have to review the matchup. This is why it's important to know your opponent's like frame data, especially when it comes to their quickest buttons, because it reshapes everything. In most matchups, +0 is true neutral for you and your opponent. In the Fairy matchup, it's your turn. That's why you see a lot of people do a lot of weird things against Fairy that normally they don't do against other characters because it's actually their turn. So review the matchup and go through all of your stuff and see what leaves you at +2, or not see what leaves you at -2 and above. Anything that's -2 is your turn to press a far light. Anything plus -1 and +0 and above, it's your turn actually. It's one of those little mess up things, especially in this matchup. Really learn that. I used it a lot and it helps a lot when you know things like that. It also works against other characters like Matera, if you learn the frame data. Unfortunately, you were forward into that. Ooh, you stood up for that. I would not. Honestly, if a Fairy is spamming their far light a lot, it's -2 every time it's blocked. The distance does make it weird. This is where it's a lot of spacing traps, and a lot of people don't know how to play it. But like, when she's spamming like that, try to catch her extended hurt box because she's -2. You can press like your own far light to quickly check it, or you could press your far heavy to crush it because you guys your far heavy is 10 frames and her far light is 8, and she's -2 off of the first one. If she presses again, it's going to meet on the same frame, and you're going to get the crushing counter hit if they keep spamming that. If they press anything at all except 2M, it will be your favorite. It seems weird, but this is how you have to play a lot of matchups like this. I do it a lot against Veins, and like Materas, like other characters like that. I even did that at Evo against a Vayne I was playing against. It seems so weird when people see me like half screen just randomly pressing far heavy when Vayne's -2, because Vaynes do a lot of spacing traps. They will press on negative because you have to, most people try to 6XL them, but if you just press far heavy, they're not going to stop mashing on negative. It will crush them and it will blow them up. And that's exactly what happened to like the Vaynes I was playing back at Evo. You do the same thing here. You gotta start learning how to play spacing games. It's like that right there. If you didn't press far medium, you just pressed far heavy. If you think she's gonna press anything, try to do this. Remember, it's a counter poke. So if you really believe she's gonna press something, press far heavy in return. This is if you really believe she's going to commit to something. Press far heavy and have your pre-buffer ready always. Because if you don't think she's going to press anything, then why are you pressing far heavy or anybody in the beginning with that half screen? But if you really think she's going to try to press on her negative, press your far heavy into a confirm and punish her. Blow her up for it. That's how you're going to have to honestly play this matchup. It's how I got around a lot of fairies in the early days when I had to play against this matchup. And it goes a long way with other like zoner matchups, since you're talking about struggling with zoners. A lot of zoners, they keep stealing their turns on negative frames because people try to 6XL when they're -2, but the thing is, they're so far away, -2 means nothing. So start trying it. If you see a fairy that just loves mashing buttons too much, just press your far heavy into a cancel instantaneously. And sometimes, in this matchup, probably unironically, dash and then a slight delay, or just whenever, just full send a like H flip backwards at a distance, H flip backwards into the low, or like the overstands, because like this is where it's kind of a gamble. Unironically, fairy's gonna have to guess which one, either that or block it. But if she blocks at a distance, and you know how to do your spacings right, you can actually make the 2-1 for HM plus +2 on block. So if you're at a distance, she has to kind of guess, because she can't press any button and just beat all options. Because if she tries to guess you're doing the low version and she tries to beat you with 2M, and you did the regular 2-1 for H, you jump over the low buttons and you actually crush her and kill her for it and count on crushing state. If she thinks you're gonna do the 2-1 for H regular version, and you do the M, then she's gonna get hit. So it's kind of one of those funny situations. That's why most fairies, what they will do is they're gonna just react DP. They're just gonna full send a DP if they really don't want to hold it. So they have to burn 50 meter instantaneously for that. So you can't do that. And if you have the correct distance, then both versions are plus and it's in your favor. Or sometimes when you're blocking things, when they're just pressing like far mediums, far heavies, just full send an instantaneous like 2-1 for H, because if they do any cancel or follow up, it's going to be in your favor. And it's because first you get the iframe, so it's going to miss you, and then you're going to be jumping back in or sweeping them instantaneously for a combo. It's one of those things that's actually really glorious to have happen. Try to get your timings right. Don't just full send them like a monkey, but if you can practice it and you learn your timings, you're probably going to lose a lot of games filling these things out, because these are a lot easier said than done without coming off like a monkey and just doing it at random. But when you get it down, you get it down, and these matchups start to become a pain. This is where you start bringing them almost to 50-50, to where like if you touch fairy, she's dead, and if fairy touches you, you're dead. But at least it takes it from like feeling hopeless and you just getting zoned to death to, all right, you're bringing it to 50-50 at worst. And if you get really good, then you can kind of just screw over fairy as a whole. And fairy kind of has to keep guessing 50-50s on her own pressure. Good. You rolled around, but you were not ready for your confirm. You flipped back, but then you were too afraid to go in. Ooh, good. Try to I can tell you're probably panicking and just like forgetting. Try to genuinely remember your 2-2X's exist. You have to build on your pressure. Because you only do 2 buttons, then your turn's kind of over. So try to just remember 2-2L, especially in this matchup, 2-2L is actually plus for you. And 2-2H is super plus for you. So like, try to remember these things. It will help. Or just simply flipping back, like anything other than just simply doing like 2 normals and then like close heavy and then your turn's over. Try to remember. Okay, good. You got her. She DP'd. You DP'd. She DP'd back. Careful. I could tell you just... Yeah, you're kind of lost and you just like running straight into it. You just keep dashing. That's unfortunate. So, and it's kind of what it is. Again, when it comes to neutral, if you don't have meter and options just to burn and you're trying to play it safe, because you don't just want to full send these options like wow, the RZ or punch just going to react to it. Take it slow and simple. Just shimmy walk forward slowly, and then you can toss in your other options at random. Like cycle your options of jump, flips, a random 6XL full send a 6XL after if you're close enough to make them block a 6XL, then that's another option. It's like you block something and then try to 6XL them, because if they spot dodge, your 6XL is going to close the distance and now you got your way in. You can full send 2, 3, 6 U's. You can kind of poke with the heavy. Try to cycle these options. You have these options and you're just going to have to cycle them. Yeah, desperate to get in is kind of a pain, and doing that when you just start dashing, it basically just gives very free reign over you. Yeah, try to remember that you gotta start playing the spacing trap. If you really think they're gonna commit to something and press another button on negative, press far heavy into a cancel that you have ready. Do things like that. It goes a long way. Okay, let's see your next one though. This one is versus Beatrix. I expected them to try to hit her in the low. Already caught mashing. Unfortunate. You were not ready to get. You were not ready to get it. Fair enough to cash out. They fell for the fake safe jump. They don't know. That's good. Okay, you like to just keep doing the 2M check. I mean, I don't blame you. Just be careful about always doing that. That's another thing. You don't leave stance. Try to be more wary of DPs, especially when you're staying in stance. Like either safe jab and leave stance, but like don't just keep going for like funny overheads. That will cost you very dearly, very quickly. Especially when people see stance, because it's not really the most in your favor to do anything except the safe jab. Try to just not constantly do that. Go for like once or twice, and on the next one, you can look like you're going to stay in stance, and then just either safe jab or just instantly get out of it. Don't get lost in the sauce just repeating the same thing, especially if like just trying to commit like hee hee ha ha like funny overhead on Yule. Especially if you're trying to act like win tournaments and stuff where you want to lock in. Be careful. Try to be mindful of what you're doing. Don't just like just become narrow-minded doing the same thing. Do it like once or twice, safe jab, or just get out of it. Don't stay in stance for long anymore nowadays. Ooh, you almost had to punish. Good DP timing. Nah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, really practice having your combos down, especially your crouching hit. That was so much damage. You almost had it all good for you. If you just canceled your close heavy into a 2-2H, you could have had a lot more damage, saved your meter, and in fact probably had combo ready and sent Beatrix to the corner. It's really important to have these things down. Like overall, you still got her in the corner, you still did good damage. Oh, that was good. Learn your DP punishes. Genuinely learn your DP punishes. Remember, Yule is not a high damage character, especially if you're not getting these counter hits and crouching states. You should have either instantaneously done your 6-6-H to get crumple to start your best damaging combos, or at the very least, just know that counter hit close heavy can cancel on the 2-2M, and then if you can't get 6-6-H timing right on your DP punish, just do close heavy and the 2-2M, and then you can do another close heavy after that, and it's a lot of damage. It's insane how much damage you get out of that. That's another thing you can do. Just do close heavy counter hit and straight into 2-2M and then close. Was it really on cooldown? Let me double check. Oh yeah, it was. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, no, it was. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate since you burned the cooldowns. That's one of the things you want to be careful about, burning your cooldowns way too quick for. But, you know, I know you don't have faith, but just keep practicing. You just have to keep practicing your 6-6-H's then, because damage output really matters if you're really trying to get these kills. Because let's see, do you get this kill or do you not get this kill? Nope. Yeah, no, see, this round could have already been over if you had better cooldown management, or you had, like, you were able to actually start your 6-6-H punish. I know it's hard, but it's one of the things you just have to practice. Because every hit matters, and every single time you don't kill your opponent in a combo, it's another chance for them to reversal you and kill you instead. You have no idea how many times I've seen people barely live on like one speck of health, and then they turn around and beat their opponent when it should have been your one. Okay, good. You finally mixed the options up. Good save, Chad. Good. You see another one of those almost kills later here. Good fake. I think you could have finished if you were ready to keep comboing off of that, but we take that. The best thing you need to do, after you do the Yule overhead for that combo, leave stance, especially if you're trying to go for kills. So do your stance 2L into the overhead, and then right as you're doing the overhead, press U to cancel stance so you can get a close light, and then just go for like one of your skills or something just to kill. Just end it right there. You could have instantaneously ended. Just try to be mindful of that. Unfortunate. Really pay attention to your crouching states. It's really important because close heavy is 3 hits. It gives you all the time in the world to recognize your hit to cancel the 2-2-H in time. Really start labbing that. If you're having struggles on like knowing what to cancel into or just being ready to catch it, generally go into the lab. You really need to know that, especially if you're struggling with a multi-hitting move to cancel like that, because that's the best part about Yule's hit confirming. They're made super easy by having multiple hits. If you're still struggling, generally you need to go into the lab and just practice those, because the difference of damage is major that you're losing out on. It really matters. Another thing you should start doing, depending on the character and the situation, start fuzzy mashing like DP or something for when people drop in their combos like that, so you don't get caught by things like that. Because like right there, after she does her 2M and she's still dropping, she was able to get a reset on you for like at least pressurize and do a DP. If people are dropping things like that, you should always just be mashing something like a DP. Depending on the character, it depends on what your input should be. So like in this case, when she was already like halfway through comboing you, you should have just been mashing DP or something that's a reversal. I'll show you. Watch. So she got the hit, she did that, and then she tried to confirm into her 214H Thunderbird. But see how you're blocking? That's not a real combo. What you should be doing when you're getting comboed is fuzzy pressing something, depending on the situation. So like in this case of like Beatrix, the way she was doing that, you should have just been mashing DP, fuzzy mashing DP. That way, if she's dropping her combo and there's accidentally a gap, she's going to get reversaled. You get out first, she drops the combo, so you're not dying. Second, you don't have a reset on you of plus frames or another combo hitting you, and you DP her out of it. So now it's your turn. You should be doing all of that until your feet leave the ground. You should always just be pressing something. So like in this case, it should have been DP. On other characters like Belial's, what they like to do is you're on the ground, they'll do the full combo and like the fireball backspin, another like full auto combo, and then they try to reset you with command grab. So like when they do that, you should just be fuzzy mashing close light or like close heavy. So if they that and for a lot of characters, especially in other characters like Ladiva, people who try to reset you with command grabs and things like that, it catches people who aren't actively defending themselves during combos and catches them off guard. Don't be one of those people. Until your feet leave the ground, you should be mashing something. I never get caught by resets anymore, and it's always a fat free combo when people try to reset me and they blow up for it. Yeah, no, always do that. And people who screw up combos, they're gonna get eaten alive by dropping it and not like confirming right. And then other people who are trying to be cheeky with command grab resets, they're just gonna blow up. It gives you free damage. Don't allow yourself to be a victim of resets. That's unfortunate. Oh, you're lucky. Really learn your hit confirms, and right there, blocking's alright. But if you wanted to make it better to guarantee your punish, you should have just pressed spot dodge so you don't get pushed back. Of course, don't always press spot dodge on every single super. Depends on which ones. Kind of important to learn them. But like, spot dodging is good to know when you're trying to... Ooh, that was good. See, you're confirming... You're dropping so much confirms, especially like your medius hits. You're getting so many good meaty hits. If you're not going to at least 6-6-H, you have to at least do 2-2-M into like close heavies. Yeah, go after this. Really lab your counter hit combos. Not your your combos in general. Lab your crouching combos until they're your bread and butter. And lab your counter hit. Please lab your counter hit. Yule does not do much damage. So when you get those close heavy counter hits or 6-6-H punishes, you really need to do them. Because look at your character like Beatrix. If your opponent was like a GM sitting here and they know all the routes, they're playing a 2 to 3 touch game anywhere on the screen while you're playing like a 4 to 5 touch if you're not playing it right. You need to learn your combos. Every last bit of damage matters, and the difference between a crouching combo on Yule compared to a regular standing combo is night and day. You need to lab these. They're important. That was good on you to be cheeky to not do the parry because they try to call out your parry by running up and grabbing. You backdash and then hit them for it. That was actually really cheeky and good on you. Because honestly, the worst thing that could have happened at that distance is they press light and they catch you backdash and they get nothing for it. And in fact, you're so far away, if they try to instantaneously just Raging Strike confirmed even off of that, it would probably just drop. You would be too far away for Raging Strikes. Like, that was actually really solid on you. Good stuff. They at least recognize that situation. I wouldn't do that. So when you kind of run up and then you just do like standing, like stance light in their face. I mean, if you really want to do it right, don't mash stance light too quick. Try to leave a small gap so you can actually account it. And especially nowadays, you can at least do stance light 2L. And that's actually real now. And if you do get the counter hit lift in the air, you can cancel out a 2L for a combo, or you just cancel into the stance 2M. And try to get used to like canceling stance on certain buttons, like stance light, 2L, leave stance. And if you don't see a counter hit or them in the air, just know that you're -2 now. Or just like everything's generally like flip after that. Start building your pressure, start building up these longer pressure sequences. You need more variety for your pressure. Because your major issue is you can't really keep pressure on your opponent. You're not doing enough to keep your pressure rolling to actually give them many opportunities to get caught by certain things. Your pressure kind of ends too quick before you ever get it rolling. You're mostly playing a game of just hoping to catch them pressing something and doing something fake, or trying to whiff punish them in neutral. That's kind of where most of your hits are coming from. Ooh, good jump out. Oh, unfortunate. You hit confirmed wrong. Okay, good. Oh no, recognize the situation. That's a... Okay, hold on. I don't know if that... Your mistake right there. Pay attention. So... You cancelled... Oh yeah, be careful. Really recognize your hits. That was such a good hit. If you really need to make up a combo, just Raging Strike. It's like, right after you full send them in the air, just do your close light, close heavy, and then just do a Raging Strike. If you can't do your 2H follow-up, it's fine. Just do another close heavy as they're falling down, and then just cancel into super. That was a lot more damage than simply eating at combo limit, just mashing lights. That was not it. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you really have to start practicing your hit confirms now off of certain situations. And that's them just DPing on safe jumps. That's fair. You gotta try breaking my set to just really know your combo theory on Yule as a whole. Just really know how to maximize damage in the moment and try to not autopilot too badly with combos. Don't autopilot your combos too much. Try to keep a recognition. That was good. Didn't get the right one. Try to keep a recognition of your hits and knowing when it's going to kill and when to convert your combo for the right situation. It's really important at this point. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, that was good. Okay, good stuff on that, good stuff on that. Alright, let's see your Seahawks. Ooh, good. You jumped out. Be careful. Seahawks parries and other characters with parries, especially when you're in stance, you can't cancel on the spot dodge off for those. At least the guard points. This you can't do anything about. You can't actually safe jab Seahawks, so there's no point of going for safe jabs, things like that. This is usually one of those matchups I don't really play stance for like pressure, since you kind of can't really do much against it, and it just kind of allows Seahawks to have free reign to just mash since it's in his favor. Okay, good DP. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. Okay, good. DP. Good. You caught him. Okay. You were not ready to hit confirm. Okay, good. Okay, good. You might have died. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I can't see. I can't see you living this. Yeah, no diamonds. Yeah. You're way too low and no diamond. Unfortunately, yeah, when that fireball's down, you can't really flip back in. You could flip out, but then you have to cancel. Otherwise, you're just gonna give him a free counter hit. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna really hurt. Unfortunate, you expect him to try 2H, but he was just being way more passive and just kind of shimmying back and just waiting for you. Ah, that's unfortunate right there. You immediately press heavy, and then you tried to jump and got caught by that. This guy hit a lot of 6XL against me that I just wasn't really expecting. Yeah, it's fair enough. That's kind of what happens. A lot of characters that kind of shimmy and then they suddenly just 6XL right into you. You gotta be really careful. Mac the Unknown, what's happening here? Oh, hey, what's up? I'm doing VoD reviews right now for some people inside my server. That's kind of it. Unfortunate, you got called out right there. One thing you should always do when you see the golden version of this, at the very least, tap light. Just start mashing light, because there's only two things he can do. He can back out of the pressure, or he can flip. There used to be another option you could do with Yule as an OS, but they removed it because they added more block stun to this. So it's kind of pointless, but you used to be able to just mash medium and you always get a free hit no matter what he did. But now, you just have to do the universal option that everyone does. When he's doing 6 claws and he's golden, mash light. Because if he tries to go for the reset, he's going to get counter hit in the air. So always expect that and just know your combo route off of him getting hit by close light in the air on counter hit. And if he backdashes, then that's kind of it. He just simply kind of backdashes. So it's one of those things, just do it. It protects you from getting reset and whatnot, especially if you just go do nothing except just block. Like that right there, it's like at least gives you an option to like fight back safely. And be careful about just jumping too much and canceling into like the JU, because he's not really trying to anti-air you or nothing. It's just getting you blown up and punished. Ooh, I would not roll right there. That was a little scary. There it goes. Good 6XL. Yeah, your answer should be, instead of rolling at that distance, you should just 6XL a bar. Especially if someone's just shimmying, just 6XL a bar. Okay, I don't know why he was doing that, honestly. No, you could have had your combo right there. That could have actually probably almost been a kill. Be careful about just sliding in yet. Honestly, you sometimes just flip back, cancel on the stance, and if you really want to weigh in, you could probably just do like stance heavy. But I would not recommend just going in low like that half the time. Okay, good DP. Good. Okay. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Never mind, he did not get the combo. Unfortunate, he clipped you. It happens. Honestly, instead of just doing regular jump, you should just super jump it. Dash forward and just super jump. That way you're just gonna overshoot him. You just overshoot him. by like a mile. You could safely just get out. If he's just giving you the space to jump, just dash forward and super jump and you're out of the corner. He has to run over you and chase you down to try to keep you pinned. But at that point, you're no longer in the corner. Because when you just do these regular hops forward and he's like half screen back already, you're just asking to get hit every time. Unfortunate, you got hit by that. That was very fake, but you're kind of lucky that worked. Yeah, you weren't throwing enough throw mixes or anything like that, or just shimmies. Ooh, good. Oh, you didn't get your combo though. That was very crucial. He's actually low enough. You didn't get 2 combos. That was actually enough to kill. A little obvious for what you're trying to go for there. I would have not done that. That was actually very close to being winnable. Yeah, be very careful. You really need to practice a lot of like your labbing for like combos. Like you can actually genuinely win that. You just need to genuinely get your hit confirms down. Like go into the lab and just dump them out. Just go through, just cycle through them. Like you need to actually sit there and lab because that was actually 2 crucial combos that you just didn't confirm from. One of them, you had a lot of time in the world. Honestly, the one where you had the Raging Strike, you should just Raging Strike, close heavy, Raging Strike, close heavy. Like, don't do close light into close heavy. There was no need to do that because he was so low. Just cash out. Just cash out. You need, yeah, I think right now your most major issue is like outside like knowing the zoner matchups, you just need to actually start knowing your correct combo routes because they're kind of costing you. You need to genuinely go and lab them and know them. That's the next part because you're playing this long game where it's like multiple touches of unoptimal combos to the point where it's actually hurting you against people who have the most damaging combos off of almost every kind of hit. You're playing a 3 to 4 touch game. They're playing a 2 to maybe 3 touch game. You see what I mean? There's more chances of them being able to survive a combo and then killing you compared to you being able to screw up against them. You need to actually just optimize combos. But outside of that, you're kind of doing fine for like with pressure and things like that. Just be careful not to tunnel vision when it comes to just like stance and just mashing like funny overhead. And also just knowing how to play like the neutral game with like zoners. It's like after this, because this is also going to be uploaded on YouTube at the same time because I'm simul streaming. So like when this is done and like if the footage is ever gone, you're trying to go back and review, just go and rewatch all the parts of like Fairy 101. And it should hopefully help you out and whatnot with like later matches because you're not doing too bad, but you obviously just don't know certain key aspects of like zoner matchups and just the spacing trap game. Most people don't know spacing traps. But overall, I hope that helped. That was an hour 10 minutes to review of that. That was actually much longer than I thought. I know you're welcome for that, Kiro. Glad to see that you finally gave another post in here for me to review. Alright, let me see. Now it's Loppy. Okay, what does Lumpy say? First game, Cheetah. Never beaten this Shoto player before. Made some mistakes in like execution, but that's on me for not warming up properly before bracket. I also know I'm abusing wake up throw too much. I'm trying to unlearn it. Okay, this one isn't good. I was given some bad info by her that she only blocks low in the mix and DPs the moment she has meter. Turns out she was with me and I fell, or she was screwing with me and I fell for it. I just feel really lost in neutral against Fairy and Near if you want to watch Grand Finals. I really can't do a backdash game plan. Losers finals is also another better indication of how I play against more conventional characters. I'm very much loving the 50-50 setup. Okay. So let's see this first one. First game, Jita. Never be in the show, made some mistakes in like execution, but that's not me for not working. Probably okay. I also know beating wake up, throw out too much. Okay, let's see.
And just the car once again.
Versus Jita.
Alright, so we're gonna have Lappy on the Yo, and we're gonna have Jita on bread on Jita.
I love the bread Jita.
Jita on the bread.
Jita on the bread.
So look for execution and you abusing wake ups. I'm gonna see that.
Bread. What will we see here? This final
Okay.
game coming from Brad, playing just the average
Hold on.
Street
Okay.
Fighter show, though, honestly. I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter recently. A lot of fun, but God, there's so many.
Did not get to the hit, but that's fine. That's doing a little too much right there. You want to be careful about that, Lappy. And stance, especially nowadays, is not in your favor. Because see, the point of the parry back then was so people don't just mash on stance when you hop forward. But when you hop forward like that and somebody just instantly just fuzzy mashes a button, you're going to lose. Because now you have to actually just guess parry or just mash something. So don't be shimmying too much like that. It's honestly not real on stance at all. Do not use stance to do that.
Challenges Lappy's stance, gets the RS conversion.
Good damage. Playing Lappy around half HP here now. Nice. Oh,
Unfortunate.
hit here. I think you can throw off that counter hit.
Yeah, 2-1-4 rounds.
Ah.
And the
Oh,
ult
yeah,
fireball.
I'm assuming that was you trying to do a wake up throw like you said. Be very careful.
It's not a fun button to deal with, honestly.
Ult fireball is a very strong tool.
Yeah, it's plus and block as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it's-
that worked.
Even if you defend it, it's still guessing. Nice, good DP. coming from
Overhead. Characters mash, Lappy mashing. No combo.
Unfortunately, you were not ready to catch that. Be ready to catch 2 H's.
Jita does not get a combo off of the third hitter wrecker
Ooh,
anymore.
okay. No. What are we routing here?
Gonna be able to probably end this.
I don't know about spending that BC because you've only got one left right now.
Be careful about your
But it's
routings.
working out for Lappy right now.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
This should be dead.
Yeah, this
As
should just
long
be
as
dead.
that be confirmed, so we can just do auto combo into SBA.
Yeah.
No messing around. Just get the confirm there. We'll take the burn.
Fred trying to hit confirm sweep SSBA, but isn't able to. Unlucky.
That was good patience and making sure to protect your toes. That was
I
actually
would've hit
solid.
confirmed that, Brad. I'm just saying. Well, 6XM's too deep. Gets punished for it.
Nice. Just playing a boring game, getting some damage off this. Get hit by the fireball there.
Oh, you dashed a little too long.
Her fireballs go a lot slower than you normally would think of a fireball. Depends on who you've been
Yeah.
rushing, I guess. You'll be ending it in the SBA. They're gonna be using
Okay.
the meter to get the crystal.
I see what you do in the corner.
Damage. I feel be around just under 70 meters here. Safe jump, good for attack.
No, don't do the far medium. You were not gonna get punished for that. You should have just instantaneously just take your turn. Cycle plus frames. It's really important. I know how much people want to press far medium on Newell, but you really need to break that habit. In most situations where people just want to autopilot far medium, you have to just do dashing light. Cycle plus frames, everything in this game. You gotta keep them rolling. Especially if you're not gonna get punished. You just gotta keep it rolling. Try to remember that.
Spaces enough to be safe. Nice.
I spread in the stance. Doesn't get the throw punish.
I think depending on spacing, it can actually be safe completely.
Yeah.
Could be 6 I think this is mainly
A little too close.
6XM's too deep again. And gets caught by the ult
I
fireball.
think he tried to jump.
Breathtaking game 1.
とか勝てたけどやっぱりき
Yeah, be very careful. Watch what you're doing. Ooh, okay.
Moving back and forth,
Good.
moving
Catching the
back,
whiff.
catches Fred on the 2M.
Ah, you were in the
Went
corner.
straight to the
Ooh,
corner and
good.
fakes the DP.
Good.
Nice, solid
You did
damage.
2-2 confirm off of that. I don't know about spending that.
Spending BP on this.
Good damage here at least. Good pressure, good throw.
All overhead.
Oh, no confirm from the auto. Could have probably still
Good, good. That was actually solid. You played slow. You played
Catch a
kind
red
of
bash
slow,
or something.
giving them
I'm not
opportunities to
Probably
press
into
and
them, I
kill
think.
themselves.
Probably.
Good.
He loves
Gina
that button.
to Rem pretty good.
Okay, be careful
Yeah,
not to
that
press too much off of that. Okay, good.
Alright,
I just
so
tried pressing it again.
Good hit confirm. Hit confirms. Oh wait, hold on. These are actually good routes. Oh wait, right. Oh, you got caught on that. I don't blame you for that. But that was actually really good. That was actually really, really solid.
No, that move's a mid. If that move was a low, it would be really, really stupid.
I thought it was. You got persistence.
You did it. Yeah, you did one of those things. You can. That was really, really, really solid right there, Lappy. That spacing trap right there.
Really, really stupid.
That is really good to know your spacing traps. That actually makes me proud. That's a resemblance of some of the old spacing traps I used to do with the old close light, close heavy, 2-2L into spacing trap, far heavy.
I thought it was.
That was really, 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 really solid. I'm glad to see that you're adapting my philosophy and thinking, either consciously or subconsciously, into other aspects of Yule. That was really solid. I'm actually proud of that. That you actually are taking some of my advice from long ago and applying them in other aspects. That's so solid. Because that was one of the first things I thought of when I saw the amount of pushback they gave 236L. You can make spacing traps and do that. See, that's really solid. And that's also another one of those things I was talking about Arcado. If you know your spacing traps, you could just do things like that.
You got persistence, that has it.
Okay, I don't know what spent that diamond though.
I mean, you got persistence.
I wouldn't have spent the diamond because now what happens if you get hit by the SSBA, you lose all of your diamonds and you're eating a lot more damage for something that was not worth it. I would have not spent the diamond there.
Oppose is a mid.
Is it?
Yes, it's a mid.
God, I've been blocking low on these 2 M's the whole time. It just makes sense for it to be a low. It looks like it would be a low.
That was lucky.
BC, turns an RS catches Brad. Brad on chip health right now.
Yeah, okay, good. I was about to say, like, that's chip kill right there. You should really just pay attention to chip and just instantly full send it. Wait.
Yes, NDP there, and Lappy will be
right now.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, you couldn't super. I was gonna say, if you had super, you should just do the SSBA.
They are in winter semis.
Okay, good. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Lappy's been catching Brad, pressing buttons a lot with
that was risky, but we take it.
Brad's timing down. Oh, the overhead and the overhead. Oh, it goes low.
Wait, let me check something here. What was that spacing?
Got Brad's timing down. Oh, the overhead and the overhead. Oh, it goes low.
Unironically, know your spacing. Know your spacing, Lappy. This spacing here?
Own buttons.
This right here is what I've always loved about the 2-1 for HM. That was plus. You were so far away. Yeah, see that you can tell your plus is because if the attack is already coming out before you touch your opponent, that means you're at the end of the move, and it means it will always be plus. If the move is coming out before you touch your opponent, you'll always be plus. That right there was so barely on the edge. You might have actually been +4 if possible. I don't know if you can be +4 on the move, except for like the most rarest case, but that was at the very least +2. You were actually plus off of that, Lappy. So when you set your block and they mash, you could have actually pressed far light and got a crushing. You could have actually got a counter hit. Try to be wary of your spacing. That was plus.
That's safe. Nice, the far M punish here. We're gonna route into.
A lot of people still don't know that you can actually be plus off of that move because a lot of Yules just don't space it right.
Putting bread onto basically just like yes, 50-50 scenario. Does have SBA as an option.
I don't know what happened there.
Interesting setup.
And the throw there coming out.
Aggressive throw, taking Brad off guard.
Battle 2. Engage.
Got the health lead, so taking a little risk like that isn't the worst idea ever.
Good payout for her. Nice. Trying to take a turn here. Nice, good overhead.
We got a lot of overheads right now. Plus.
Nice.
Ooh. Hold on.
A lot of overheads right now.
I don't know why you burned straight into that. You're already plus. If you're just trying to be safe about confirming into something that's plus and not worry about like hit confirms, you should honestly just did your far light into 2M, because no matter what, that's a frame trap and it gives you time to hit confirm. You should have not burned the 50 meter for this. Like, I don't know if you were just trying to stay plus. I mean, it works in your favor. It's not the end of the world. It's not terrible. But there was better options. That's all I would say.
Plus.
Nice.
And mashing.
Yeah. Gonna be a good punish here.
Stance combo.
Nice,
Tries
good
to get-
throw. Oh, goes for a further, but no punish. 2M, but no raging try to confirm there. We could have killed.
The Lappy's kind of running away with it this round right now.
Oh, and
Oh, the parry to
nice,
catch.
right?
That was good. You're actually recognizing and paying attention to your opponent and what they're trying to do. That's actually really solid. You're playing it just aggressive enough to not make them want to just freely mash or get out of things for free. You're being mindful. That goes a long way. Keep doing more of that. Just keep being mindful. Don't completely shut down and be too passive, but don't just be running at your opponent and just mashing nonstop.
Parry into the overhead
And you're actually
there.
keeping really good attention to like how people react to certain scenarios. You're actually doing really well.
Very confident he can do something about this.
That, be careful about that. That was actually negative on
Confident
you.
He can do something about this.
Because like if your opponent ever dashes at you and you like if they dash at you, especially like 6XLs, when you do a flip and then you cancel into like this, you're negative. This was probably almost throw punish. You're lucky that they just didn't throw you instantaneously first. Or mash like close light.
Nice, good DP coming from Breadloaf. Gonna be taking a turn back. Even Fireball.
Okay, good DP.
Great
Ghastly
DP.
6XM by Jita. That move is much bigger.
Good for recognizing your spacing and then clashing. Like these are really solid. Keep paying attention to your spacings because there's a lot of things you can do where you don't have to give up your turn if you really know what you're doing. And that's one of those situations. That's really solid. Keep learning your spacing traps.
Bigger than you think it is. Well, good spot dodge on the clash.
Nice.
Ah, you didn't get the confirm right. I don't think you can confirm from 2 L's into that. It's not enough hits done.
Into the
You had to do standing
really
light,
unfortunate.
confirm.
Bro, Lappy is gonna be making bets under raging strike for the combo. Does get sent to the corner though. Good back from Brad.
That combo is so stupid.
I mean, it sends to the corner.
No, it's
Like-
just it's really funny looking.
Nice. Here we go. We're gonna go into
Good.
SSB.
Simple hit confirm just to take diamonds.
Both of the crystals is not gonna kill. Gonna be putting Brad basically on 1 HP here. Does have full meter to use though.
Red's basically guessing for game right now. Oh, wait, throw! Oh, this lands blocks surely.
There's
Yeah.
a block there, and
That's a really solid setup.
Lappy's gonna be going on.
That's really good. You learned all of your setups. That's really solid. It goes a far way to know all of your setups and all sorts of weird gimmicky kind of setups too sometimes.
We got the plus frames.
Good. It didn't work, but at least you were cycling all of your plus ramps and going through it trying to catch your opponent.
And Lappy's been so on point with these 2Ms. Catching Brett doing all sorts of shit.
Raging strikes again. 236. Oh, yeah,
Good.
bro. They'll be using the
Oh, overhead.
Good to not overcommit to stances or
blocking the strike.
bottlenecking.
Oh, fireball will work. Good protect. Gonna be using 260. That should be safe. No. Went
Nice
and
parry.
predicted a bottom press, but good patience from Breadloaf. Gonna be getting some solid damage chain to the corner.
unfortunate.
But it's the BC.
You got caught out on the BC.
Nice, good fireball here. Right, fireball
Boss.
DP. Oh, and
That-
the boomerang
ooh, you're
attack.
actually
Don't do
lucky
that.
they did not hit confirm into that.
Though. All overhead.
Nice, and the
Oh,
throw.
and throw.
And
Okay,
Lappy
that was
taking
good.
the set 3-1.
3-1 against Breg.
Putting herself into winners finals.
Solid, you won
Guaranteeing
that.
at minimum
Okay,
40 points.
hold on, let's see what the next one is.
Alright, I think we'll turn me.
Honestly,
look at the strength.
For what you're talking about, of never being the showdown player and making the mistakes in like execution and whatnot, you did really solid. Be careful about wake up throw instantaneously. It's not really the best option. I sometimes do it just because it's funny, especially if you're. It's okay if you notice your opponent really loves doing fake things. If they don't keep their like middies tight and real, and like they do a bunch of fake things like just shimmying on you waking up and whatnot, and like other fake setups, then you can kind of start mashing and like jumping out and other things. But in general, I just wouldn't really recommend it instantaneously. It's not really the safest thing to do, so like try to be careful on that. Let's see. Oh no, you're actually doing really solid. What's your next match? Your next match. Let me see. I'm gonna have to look to it because you only have one clip for me. Let's see. Skipping around. You know, that's not you. Dang, how much Beatrix is there in here? Where's you all? Nope, not you. Where is near? You said your next game's near. Or is it? Wait. Is this you?
But dive kick gets punished by the 2M.
Okay, yeah, that's you.
Completely transparent.
Let's go back a little bit. Okay.
He's gonna have to beat Justicar and then either me or Lappy to get there.
Okay. This one is good. I was given some bad info by her that she only blocks low in the mix and DP's the most she has made it. Turns out she was screwing with me and I fell for it. I just feel really lost in neutral against Fairy and Near. If you want to watch Grand Finals, I really can't do a backdash, backdash, backdash. So in this matchup, you were struggling with a bunch of backdashes. Okay.
I'm gonna be
check these out.
Transparent about that. So I have no reason to hide that.
Versus UL.
Got Molly on the Fairy versus Lappy on the UL.
More fairies. Yeah, no, more fairies again.
One of this will be going on to Grand.
Honestly, first mistake. The jump is fine, but there's no point when you're like at this distance to have done your JU. Fairy can only knock you out of the air with HDP or UDP. She doesn't have meter for UDP, and her HDP is not at an angle it can hit you. You should have just empty jumped here, honestly. But now you're getting comboed for it.
Gets punished by the 2M.
Unfortunately, you didn't react in time for that. Even I'm kind of slow on that.
Throw, but gets counter hit for it.
Wait, you rolled forward? Honestly, you're lucky that she tried to do 66M because in either case, that would have ended more horribly if she just didn't do 66M because you rolled forward like that. That would have actually killed you terribly, but at least it's an option you attempted. Empty Super Jump Round Star is the best choice against Fairy. Depends on characters and the player.
Oh, the 66H or M, I forget which one it is. What goes low on the GG setup? Yeah, medium, makes sense.
Unfortunate, you're ready for your hit confirm, but I don't blame you. Sometimes happens. Right there. Right there. First, you should have spammed the just block. And this is what I was talking about Akito. You see how it brings you really close to Fairy? Right? Brings you really close to Fairy, and it's a lot of like multi-hits. You steal a bunch of meter, and before you get sent back, you BC the final hits. So you get a hard knockdown, and now you have your turn on top of Fairy, because you don't get much opportunities to really BC this character. And by the time you can BC her, you're probably going to die from her next mix, so it doesn't matter. So because now, look at it. You're playing the zoning game again. And you're full screen. Do you get hit or normal block? No, so what you do is you block the first hit or two, and then you just start spamming forward and backwards on the arcade stick or whatever you use. Because it's gapless, so you can't actually get hit, but you can kind of still spam just block though. So it's just free meter. It's guaranteed free meter. You're not going to actually have a chance of getting hit. Just block the first hit or two, and then just start violently shaking your inputs or just violently doing inputs of forward and backwards. It's just a bunch of free meter. Do that to like any multi-hitting move. Don't do a bunch of 6-4 inputs. Stay crouch blocking. Stay in crouching state unless you need to react to a standing move. So you just kind of shake, like do like crouching back, crouching forward, crouching back, crouching forward. Just keep doing those inputs real fast, just shaking your arcade stick violently back and forth like that. or your D-pad, or wherever you use, is a bunch of free meter, and then at the end of the move, BC her. Now you have a bunch of meter up against her, and you shoved her in the corner. She's guessing for game. Because if you don't, then look at this.
Gets caught by H-whip.
You're just going back to full screen and now in the corner.
Side top and then GG setup.
Good roll.
And gets the punish.
Good roll.
Super
You
big conversion,
you
but
know
now
the
Molly's in
mix.
corner. Overhead. Oh, parry. Catching the late overhead punish and throw.
That's actually kind of funny. It's not real. You can't just keep doing the overhead on Yule. It's -6. Even though Fairy's close light is 7 frames, she can actually start the combo from 2L into standing light. That's not real. If Fairy just actually knows how to combo right, you would have died.
Is for round 1.
Battle 2. Engage.
Okay, good.
Overhead, just doing the small little strings. Sure, it's punishable.
Okay, good.
Oh, DP on the minus frame. No
Ah, we're not getting our
overhead, though.
combos. Ooh,
So
good.
ignoring the GG setup with the 2-1.
We're not getting our confirms. Be careful. We gotta get our confirms, Loppy. Oh,
Some reason
oh,
it
my
hasn't
bad.
helped.
Oh, that scared me. Yo, thank you for the follow there, Yo-Yo. Appreciate it. I'm just doing VoD reviews right now.
Oh, but I guess Yule needs it. A big jump in.
As someone trying to pick up the game to ruin my local scene, this stream is very helpful. Yeah, you know, I'm always down to help people and whatnot learn. Even though I only play Chala, this knowledge is very helpful. I know. I'm always down to help people and whatnot. I have a link to my server if you want to join in. There's a bunch of people there that also helps teach people how to play the game and just whatnot. Like, if you ever have questions, you could just message me. If you want VoD reviews like what I'm doing right now, you could just post your games in there, and I usually do them every once in a while. Feel free to hop in there, dude. I'm just reviewing some of my longest time students. Good, right there. That was the exact spacing and your plus. You gotta do more of that, Loppy. Right there, that spacing. Recognize your spacing. Boom, right there. You instantly got a punish. That was good spacing. I'm learning from my friends who's a Grandmaster Charlotta. Oh, wait, that's epic. I don't know who they are, but I could probably know your friend if they're GM Charlotta.
I'm not throw punishable from that range. Spaced out just to be safe and catches Molly, press and throw. Won't be enough damage to kill. However, Molly is stuck in a...
That, I probably would have not done. I would have not spent another BC if I were you. Honestly, if you really want the knockdown, what you should have done here, Loppy,
Won't be enough damage
is
to
like,
kill.
at the end of
However,
this,
Molly is stuck in...
at the end of that close heavy, you should have not done the raging into that. Just burn 50 meter. Just burn 50 meter because she dies on the next confirm anyways. Just burn 50 meter into a UDP. It gives you more damage, and it saves the brave counterpoint, and it gives you the hard knockdown that you're looking for. Just burn the 50 meter into the UDP. Various Aeon, they were Grandmaster for a little bit. I think I know that name. I think I've seen them many times before I left to JP. I think I know them. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure I know them.
in a one-touch situation.
Oh, you almost had that.
Catches Molly pressing with the 2M. Going on round 3.
Okay, we're still alive. We're still alive. That's good. Good. You made a call and you full sent on her backdashing and other options she tried to done. That's good. Is the bottom of the barrel? Oh no, that's like my friend group Discord. It's a Damps domain. Here, I think I can also just kind of ping it in here. Hold on. I also just have the command for it. Yeah, right here. There you go. I'm gonna pin this. Okay. You got caught by the backdashes, yeah.
Probably a medium heavy or a whip special. Well, he's a very strong tool in this matchup.
See, this is where you can kind of abuse your charges.
Well, he's a very strong tool
It's
in
like,
this matchup.
right there, you could have done a full charge and just full send it and catch her pressing anything. You get a counter hit, or you'd be like at absolute max range for plus frames. especially right there.
Or against Fairy in general, but
Okay, that was good.
2M
Duh.
is a tool
See,
that's able to beat it.
that was good to recognize, and that's another thing you do, Arkido. If you don't want to hold the GG mix, you has a unique option of just flipping out of it. Be careful if a fairy actually knows what you're doing, because they can catch you flipping back and just punish you for it, especially like really good fairies you see a lot. But I promise you, 99% of fairies don't even know that that's actually an option, and the ones who do know, only like 1% even know how to react and respond to that appropriately. So honestly, it's kind of one of those free options. You could just flip out. Yeah, no, exactly. That's one of those free options you can kind of do.
Molly down to no BP and Lappy on 1. GG set up.
Oh, wait, okay, you got lucky.
Interesting.
Okay, so like, this was what I was talking about earlier, Arkido, and especially for you, Lumpy. You see how this fairy just keeps sending options like every 2 seconds? They just keep shooting options out, especially like standing buttons. You can either just full send a 2-1-4U like that, but the thing is, there's no hitbox until you're touching the opponent. Or you can full send the 2-3-6U, and it just has an active hitbox all the way through, and if they press anything, they just get crushed and die.
Interesting little interaction.
Ooh, good parry.
The sweep.
Be careful, don't auto spam that. Oh, that worked.
Doesn't react to the RS. There should be death if there's no drop. And that's Lappy taking game
Ooh,
1.
do not do that. If you don't do that for a cash out, please, guys, don't do that. You yules, don't do that for your cash outs. Pay attention to your cash outs. You should just come to it real and simple. Coast light, coast heavy, mash your auto combo, and then UDP. That's a lot more damage, especially in these situations where you really need that kill. I got about 600 matches in the game so far, and Fairy seems like a fun MU to play. Or it seems like a fun MU to play against. Oh, you actually liked the Fairy matchups? You're probably one of the very rare few who likes it. I think Lappy knew it would kill here. No, it's fine to know if it would kill, but there's no reason to risk things like that. Don't risk it. Just go for the simple and truly optimal. Just like, even if it's not like something crazy, it's all about guaranteeing things. I'm S+ right now. Every match has been fun. That's good. Then if you actually generally like every single matchup, that's actually good then. Because most people really just don't like Zona matchups, especially right now with Zonas being really overjuiced.
Streaming this from his setup, he's got like funny mods to shit on. The Vasaraga train noises, metal pipe.
I respect that. Honestly, I respect that. I do that every once in a while just because it's funny. I respect the DP and run start.
RS.
See, did you notice that though, kiddo? Recognize the GG toss and cover ground.
RS.
See, like he was about to stop and block, but he saw GG and he instantly just ran for it. If they didn't backdash, they would have had to block the 6XL.
Game 2. Lappy's got Molly in the corner.
Good on you for getting out. Almost had to punish. You gotta be careful. Don't just press farm medium -3, my guys. Yules. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please break the habit. I'm begging. Free yourselves. Become free thinkers.
It's pressed on.
Solid.
Look, it's caught low.
That was not the routing I would do, but we'll go with it. Oh, that was an unfortunate drop. Good catch. Really good catch.
Oh, cool.
That was really good call out, but unfortunately, this round, you're not getting any combos. You're just getting straight hits and nothing else happens.
Cool out DP. Doesn't get a huge punish. Now has her own back to the corner. Tries to punish the spot dodge, but gets caught by the GG.
Unfortunate.
Molly opts to take her distance.
Oh, you're dead.
Oh, you're gonna get stuck here.
Oh, no.
Never mind. Doesn't hit.
That's actually a good response. Landon full send a 2-3-6 to get out of there and have an active hitbox at maximum crush priority. That's really solid. But you're kind of lucky that they didn't just press like light or something. Because that could have quickly ended bad. There was a little bit of startup on that. But that was not too bad of an option to instantaneously just full send that.
Yeah. Probably trying to set up an...
That was solid. to try, but I would never actually recommend just full sending a 236U when you're on even. They would have to be negative before I try something like that, and I have to have already blocked a button from them before I full send 236Us. The 236U, you can kind of throw out -E, and as long as certain conditions are met, as long as they already press 2M, like you blocked the 2M, and now they can't do it again, they have to do something else, which means you won't be hit by another 2M. And if they do anything at all, other than just simply try to spot dodge or get out of the way, they're gonna die for it. And the other situation is just if they're just negative, if they're just like negative something, you can also just full send it like that.
They're unblockable setup.
Good. See, this is what I mean. It's like when you just full send those low sweeps, especially at the correct distances, it's really messed up because you have to guess high-low quickly. And on either one, you're plus.
Punishes, and this should
You gotta abuse your plus frames. You gotta abuse very slower buttons, and you gotta abuse how quickly you can cover distances on certain moves. You gotta abuse all of it together. Good trying to press far heavy. Good recognizing GG and instantly pressing. You're doing really good on reacting to this.
Yule doesn't have really many options to punish a raw GG in neutral, even though that is typically unsafe against a character with a
You're doing very good on recognizing.
Like my character.
You just gotta be a little bit more careful. Oh.
Well, punish is a 2-1-4.
Oh no! Oh, these are unfortunate. No, a little too close.
Punish, but a no escape throw and gets caught
Yeah, and you already wasted your wasted here flip. That's unfortunate. That was all unfortunate situation. You were very close, but you just kept really missing out a little bit. The only character I dislike so far is Kag. I have no clue how to approach that character as Chola. This gameplay looks so far. Oh yeah, no, I get Kag right now.
It's called rolling.
I'll be down to help you out like a Kag matchup at some point, whatnot. It's depending on which aspects you're struggling with. Because she kind of is one of those difficult characters to do, especially for like newbies. She is definitely a noob slayer. Ooh, good. We got the good rolls.
You're able to roll 2-3-6L on reaction. Most of the time you'll get a punish.
Oh, you...
And if you're rolling... Wait! The drop!
That was unfortunate. You pressed your close medium way too quick. Really keep your spacing and your height in mind. Don't press too early.
Overhead on the 6XM.
Remember, when you do, you really gotta pay attention to where your opponent's at, like their air height.
1-1 right now. It's
really easy to mess up. If you didn't delay 2M and then that, you would have actually had that. That's what I mean by don't be careful not to just autopilot all of your combos. Keep an open mind and being ready to adapt on the fly. That was really good spot dodge.
I think that's very
that was unfortunate.
Gets thrown out of stance. Spot dodging is a pretty viable option against 2-1-4. Usually you'll outlast the active hitbox and you'll be able to get a punish. But sometimes it is gapless, so you won't be able to spot dodge, unfortunately. It's
good. Full sending 2-3-6. This is what I mean. You just gotta be really abusive. You just gotta really send your skills at the ferry at certain conditions, and it kind of messes her up. Oh, you try to jump. You try to jump. Yule looks like a fun character. Yeah, Yule's definitely a fun character, especially when you really get good with her. 2-3-6 against backdash is actually really good. It does catch people backdashing because of how fast it goes, and if people backdash, you will clip their backdash. It's something I do even like Vasily's 2-1-4U. 2-1-4U catches backdashers. But in general, you can just send 2-3-6 against like Fairy a lot. It just has an active hitbox all the way forward, and it's just like one of those really solid things. Just keep sending like 2-3-6 like L's and 2-3-6 U's.
Just going low. Overhead jump over to whip.
No, be careful about spinning your BCs.
Now there's 1 BP. Won't be able to get the meter for super. Oh, the side swap set up. And this should kill no.
That's unfortunate. Please learn that, Lappy. You can cancel out of your stance, do a close light, and confirm straight into super from that. Close light straight into super. You would have been done right there. That route, over.
Drop. Oh, never mind. Just sitting, waiting for your moment. baits the BC with a super, but it whiffs. Wasn't delayed enough.
No, that was so close. Oh, you're so lucky.
Peter's belly not killing.
That would have been good if you
Spotlight
canceled
take it
the
out. Yeah, super against
stance
BC,
to M.
It does work, but I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
viable because if you BC2 BC's invul will either just go through your super or you won't get cinematic depending on your character.
Almost had that. Gotta be careful about that.
1-1, game 3. Lappy in the corner, DP's
Good DP.
out.
Good on cycling your options.
Mix. Just out of range for the 2-1-4H.
Good on recognizing. Good,
Cross frames,
good.
catches Molly mashing.
Rare instance of far L working. True.
Oh, you're too far away for a 2M there.
See, this situation right here, she's actually so negative. You could actually full send 236Us and it will crush her before her 2M can come out. Actually, let me correct myself. This was before they made changes to fairies, buttons, and changes. I don't know if you could still beat this option with a 236U because they sped up some of her buttons and they made recovery quicker and other things. But that used to be an option. Right here, honestly, you probably still could have pressed for heavy. Your 2M, I don't know about 2M. You could have jumped. There was a few options. 236U instantaneously probably could have been the best option, or just flipping and then just sending yourself back in because it puts you at this correct distance just to instantaneously kind of just be plus for free. Or if you really want to, you could just instantaneously full send a 236L and that would have just been so fast and instant, it would have just caught Fairy just pressing anything.
Oh, you're too far away for a 2M there.
I at least respect you for trying to press 2M to catch the low.
That kicks out of the corner. We're back in neutral.
Ooh, unfortunate. You got kind of destroyed by that.
Yes.
That almost led to a combo.
Saturday, Molly will be hosting
No, you stand up.
Molly Invitational Circuits. This
That's
is
gonna
for
hurt.
OCE region. So that Australia.
Dang, you're just running into these. You gotta be careful about running into the GGs at least.
That's Molly taking game 3. 2-1 of Molly. This is winners final, so it is a first to 3 set.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Okay, good.
Aggressive round start with a 2-3-6L. Catch and Molly. Lappy in the corner. And just BC's out of there. Doesn't want to hold
Good.
any of that. No escape throw.
Okay, good. Full sending it to the corner.
Straight into the corner.
Ah, you didn't get your
Combo.
combos.
I think that was a drop.
No, we're getting more
Could be a
drops.
box
No,
set, I'm
we're
not sure.
dropping.
And Spot
Oh
dodges the RS. Passes the reaction check. Lappy on 1 BP now, so she's going to be taking a little bit extra damage.
no. Oh,
And Lappy fails the RS check.
that was unfortunate. That could have actually been your game if you got your hit confirms right. I don't blame you, but that's just really unfortunate.
Battle 2. Engage.
This is Molly moving on to set point right now. Corner stance, catches Molly pressing. Full little
See,
combo,
after
overhead.
that overhead, for both of you, Akiro and you, Lappy, get used to canceling your stance out of that because you can go into just like normal skills and other things after that, especially if you're trying to cash on supers. If you're gonna get kills and like other things like that, trying to go for like the kill confirm, you really need to know when you can cancel your stance and continue your combos and like more meaningful damage.
Going low. Most of the time, you just do want to take the overhead. Unless it's on counter hit, you're just getting no reward. She's just getting a little bit of chip damage. Low is where all the reward comes from. Oh, the double BC doesn't want any of that and gets caught by the
Good.
4H. Lappy evening it
Cancel
out with an
after
aggressive reversal.
third dance 5M is only possible on
I
counter
don't know
hit
why that
though.
move has very much.
When you're lifting people up in the air, you know, because you can get close light. It's 5 frames. Same way like the way people do like 2L, 2L, or I mean 5L, 5L, 2L into like the stance overhead, and they do like again 5L, 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 whatever. That's 5 frames for those. You know what else is 5 frames? Your close light after you do it. You can combo off of that. It's actually just easily possible. You just gotta be ready, and it's a literal 1 frame link. If you practice it, you can actually just do it.
One involved.
Battle 3. Engage.
Yeah, it should be possible. Because if people can do the stance overhead kick after like 2L overhead kick, I'm not. Oh wait, Oh wait, are you talking about like raw stance overhead kick counter hit? Oh no, I'm talking about when you're doing the combo, like what they did there. So they did their wall bounce off of the 236L, then they did 5L. No, I'm not talking about raw. I'm talking about when doing a combo. When you do stance 5L, stance 5L into stance 2L into canceling it to a stance 5M. That bounces always, and you can actually just cancel into a close light. Like cancel stance, you can just do close light. I'm not talking about like the high-low mix. Ooh, ow. That was loud. Yo, wait, thank you for the follow there. Yes. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, they were just doing a normal combo. I'm not talking about the high-low mix. I'm talking about when you're just using it for the combo. When you do 2L into the stance overhead, you can cancel out of stance into close light. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Yes, appreciate it. Just doing VoD reviews for people.
Interesting round start option. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, I'll go back and vote for you. I'll show you.
It up. An aggressive BC, he doesn't want any of that and gets core chip damage. Do you want to take the overhead? Unless it's on
Let me
counter hit,
see.
you get no
Was it
reward,
here?
Just getting a little bit of chip damage.
No.
Do overhead right now.
Battle 2.
Where was it?
This is Molly moving on to set point right now. Corner stance. Catches
Yeah, see right here. You see how they're doing that?
Molly.
After that, you can actually just get your close light. If you cancel your stance after the stance 5M, you can just press close light. It's strongly recommended you just do that because you want to get out of that so you can actually use your other skills. Because first you get a lot more damage, you can get better setups. If you want, you can just go back in the stance, but it's better just to leave your stance after that most of the time, just so you can actually get your combos. Especially if you have super and you need a hit confirm kill, because you can't super confirm off of stance moves. You have to leave stance. So practice leaving stance after the 5M bounce, close light, and then just super instantaneously. Yeah, do that. It's really important because there's a world of difference of damage between 2,000 damage and 5 to 6K, and you actually get your kill. I'm trying to learn the game, so hopefully this help. Oh yeah, no, yes. If you want, you can join the link inside the pinned comment. That's my server, and I help a lot of people learn how to play this game. And I also do VoD reviews. That's what I'm doing. Those VoD reviews for some of my longest time students, basically. Feel free to hop in, dude, if you ever want. I'm always down to help, and there's also a lot of other people that are down to be tutors. Some of the best players across, like, honestly, yeah, regions at this point, and the game in general, on different characters. So feel free to hop in if you ever want help. I thought that only works when doing 236H for the wild bounce. No, you don't need the most insane amount of like height for things like that. Because just the way the stance 2L are puts you in the air and then like the stance overhead kick gives you enough bounce, but it's a very tight link.
Pressing. Small little combo. Overhead. Going low. Most of the time, you just do want to take the overhead. Unless it's on counter hit, it's just getting no rewards. You're just getting a little bit of chip damage. Low is where all the rewards
Good setups.
from.
Oh yeah, we've already seen this one. Yeah.
Still don't know why that move has frame 1 involved.
Battle 3. Engage.
I respect that.
Interesting
It's
round
funny.
start.
I respect it.
I'll say that much. Empty line throw. Overhead. Overhead. Low. Overhead.
You're so lucky because you failed to do an actual safe jab. You actually got lucky. You didn't safe jab. If they actually just mashed or anything else, you would have actually been punished because you missed your timed your meaty. You got lucky. You messing up your timing actually kind of helped you there. I hope people play Avatar Below because I need help as him. Oh, there's actually quite a decent bit of Avatar Below players inside like my server. I don't know anyone who's like the most cracked. I think I have a few cracked Avatar Below players in there. I'll have to double check who's still in there to help. But in general, there's a lot of people who do just kind of casually have a master A bow in general that can help you though.
Well, beats the alt DP.
I mean, even I play A bow quite a decent bit just because it's funny.
Drop. Just send back.
Unfortunate,
I'll get
you
clipped
got
by
caught.
GG.
They try to call out you dashing in. I respect that.
Gets caught overhead and
oh
gets
well.
the combo. GG still active enough to let Molly get a combo off of that. Gets caught by the whip. Lappy running out of health, but Molly is in
Be very
one-touch
careful
range.
here. I hope so. You gotta play slow because they're just trying. Good jump.
Super jump, BC's out of there, doesn't want that.
Oh no no no
Baits the
no no!
reversal.
No punish. You're so lucky. You're so lucky.
So,
Unfortunate.
gets caught by the...
You were getting too aggressive and just trying to force your last way in. Just play it slow and normal, and you could easily have it, especially if all it needed was just one good counter poke for H off of all these buns she was mashing, and you would have actually won.
The far light into the 2-4 extension. That's going to take it. Molly moving on to win the grand finals. 3-1.
Okay, let's see. Where's your last match you played with Nier?
That's too scuffed.
Yeah.
Dude,
Not-
I like versing like Yul was.
Oh, you're right here. Okay.
People say signature pick the Yul. I'm not sure how this matchup goes. I'm gonna be honest. Do not play either. I played a little bit.
Everyone has a pocket email. True.
Very fun to play casually.
Honestly, everyone I know kind of does have a pocket email. He's just kind of fun.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like on paper it looks like an even matchup, but I'm not too sure.
Alright, before I continue this one, let me see. Is there anything you said
Go on
about
the stance.
Zoe in general do you struggle with? Okay. This one is good. I was given some bad info by our nation block. Okay. As for your field loss, the neutral gains very near. If you can't do the backdash, okay. You should have no notes for Zoe, but I'm just gonna watch it just to watch it.
Oh, the 2-1.
I owe it to you, especially since I kind of took a while to get around to these. Yeah, be careful. You keep spending your diamonds when you really shouldn't, and it's gonna bite you later. Sometimes it really did bite you badly.
I'm
gonna see if it bites you in this too.
You'll be spending. One thing I have seen Lappy though is she spends Raging Strike a lot, even when she's not going to be cashing out.
Baits the DP.
That should be dead.
I don't think so. I don't think that's death. Wait.
Oh, nah,
I don't think
dead.
this kills.
Very close.
Yeah, not dead.
Yeah.
One more confirm, and you're probably doing a 50-50 because it's Yul. Okay.
Good.
alright.
Everyone doesn't know the fake mix. It's funny.
I'm gonna
It's funny.
Lappy.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Battle 2. Engage.
Okay, good.
Gets the combo off
Hey,
coming
confirm.
overhead. We've got plus frames going straight into stance. Overhead.
Oh, unfortunate. You messed up your meaties.
Little walk back. Back and forth. Gonna bait out a response.
Ooh, good 6XL bar. That's what I was talking about, Arcado. When people are just shimming on you like at the distance, you 6XL bar them.
Straight to the corner to corner. Yo, I didn't even know Yo had that.
Wait, this Yul character might be top tier.
This Yo character kind of busted.
Good punish.
Rolls the old dragon.
There we go.
Punish.
Okay, and we're spending diamonds again.
Is this death?
No, it's not that.
No,
You're
not enough
gonna-
damage. Not enough damage.
What the?
I respect the attempt on probably trying to call out DP.
BC's out. Well, MP throw.
Right back there. And we're in chip range. We gotta be careful.
No punish.
Yeah.
Or just outside of range for a combo in the corner. That would have been really
Good.
big for Kevin.
Good for not
With the
instantaneously
far
just
medium.
sitting out DP. Good for recognizing it and just playing it carefully. You had the health lead, you could take a few hits and a few things. Good on you to just not instantly send out DP. I don't know why you did that. I actually don't know why you did that one.
Yeah.
I respect
Maybe
it though.
calling out like a weird hitbox. Like I could see it on Ferry trying to. See
Nah, commentators, you'll suck. I agree, you'll S tier. True, you'll top one.
Multi-hit buttons are very, very strong in a...
No! Don't ever press far medium if you're in a clash situation. That's the slowest button you can actually press. Just press far light or even just 2M maybe. But I wouldn't even press 2M. Just press far light if you ever get like a tech like that. Don't press the slowest button you have almost, please. You were never going to win that situation.
Ellie Alpha RM, U Alpha RM.
Oh, unfortunately, you tried the 2H that, but too late.
Doesn't anti-air the HDP is a little too slow on the anti-air.
Yeah. Right, that space is out now. I'm so not used to the space out. I'm not sure if you are either. But
On
the
what?
space on 2360 on Yule, it actually spaces you out.
Unfortunate.
Good shimmy there. BC trying, BC attempt coming from Lappy there, but good fight.
Battle 2.
Yep, take a round 1 of game 2.
Nice.
I'm ready
Ooh,
for
we got
the
it.
DP.
I'll say one thing. I think Leah is probably one of the top labyrinths in our region.
Ooh,
on a
unfortunate.
tournament, So she probably knows how to verse most stuff in situations.
Ooh,
Nice.
unfortunate.
Oh, that's been
Yeah, it's
blocked.
fucking stance. Could have spot dodged, however, but I think they didn't realize they were still in stance.
unfortunate. Oh,
That's so unfortunate, but you're lucky you only got DP punished for that.
Nice, good DP.
Plus frames. Kev not
Nice,
small
good
dodging.
check again. Lappy has been really showing these reaction checks in the Brave counter. She's done it several times to me in the last set as well.
I'm not seeing enough wake up 2H, not gonna lie.
You don't want to be spot dodging that. If you
True.
don't think you can anti-air in time, if you're a meterless DP character, you just throw that MDP. Nah,
And if
DP
you
will
don't-
always win there.
DP will win, but if you don't have a DP,
Yeah, just block.
just
Don't never spot dodge it because more times than not.
Ooh, okay, good
negative
punish.
on your spot dodge.
and you will be punished.
Good, checking low.
Nice.
Okay, that was a little awkward. You got lucky hit the low, but it was a little awkward. Ooh.
Like, you're not getting hit. Good throw from Kev. I'm just putting Lappy into the corner now. What would we do?
Oh, unfortunate.
Ooh, outranges the BC. I feel like Kev should be doing a different route because he's.
You didn't get the punish. That's actually so unfortunate.
When he lands M Dragon in pressure, where he could safely do JU loops instead of going for the 60
You gotta be careful. You spent another diamond. Now, next hit could potentially kill you.
Well, Lappy on 1 BP right now. And so is Kev as well. Just trying to spend it for an RS
It's
extension.
sending it. It's gonna get some good damage from here though. It's gonna 2-1 for you.
Need a refund? Need a refund on the hard knockdown. Just spam and Light Dragon.
Oh, 5 here.
I respect
What do we do?
Oh, good. That was good.
And the confirm from the farm. Yo's farm's actually quite decent.
That was actually really, really good on getting the timing on that. Just be careful on doing 2-2U a little too much raw.
Forward advancing normals in this game are very strong.
I think it's special cancelable too, to my knowledge.
Yeah, you can special cancel it.
So it's quite good.
Well, gets caught by the H Dragon. Kev gonna get a full conversion in the corner.
This is gonna hurt. Never mind, they dropped.
Dragon whiffs.
Maybe just slightly too late with the old dragon. I mean, slightly too early.
Oh, you're lucky. You were actually negative off of that. But I think they tried to press 2M.
Slow enough to make Lappy +2.
Overhead. Overhead.
Right again.
Yeah,
Nice.
something-
One thing I've realized with Lappy is she actually does overhead low a lot.
Ooh, good shimmy.
She'll go overhead twice.
I
in a
would
row.
not do that.
And you could just block the open and get a punish. And Kev,
You're lucky it worked out though, but that's it's not where it's burning BCs like or your diamonds like that, especially when you're at 20% damage.
So, Lappy
You want to be really careful, because if anything goes wrong and you get hit by an SSBA, that is an insane amount of damage you're gonna eat, and you're gonna potentially just straight up die. And if you get hit by a raging, you can't do nothing about it. Like if you have 3 damage, you can maybe spin 1. I just wouldn't recommend it for the situation you're spinning in. It's still just not worth it. But just don't spend your BCs like that, especially when you have a lot. If you're very low and you die in the next hit, it's a different story. But when you have a fat health lead of like 50% or more, you're potentially jeopardizing yourself to dying to one singular combo. If you get caught in a really bad, or even not even that very bad, if you get caught in just a mediocre like counter hit state, even that could become deadly because you already burned 2 BCs, and if they super, especially SSBA, you're going to feel it and it's going to hurt.
2-1 though. One more game, send it back in the grands. Will we see? Oh, a whip!
Throw.
Okay.
Nice, overhead again. Nice, and the
Okay,
overhead.
good.
And the combo there, because of a counter here. Gonna be spending a bravery point.
Again, I just wouldn't be doing that.
Overhead. Overhead.
Low
Low.
again.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, you didn't catch the DP.
Touch up the whole DP.
Good DP. No. Okay, that killed. But recognize when to confirm the cash out route. That should have just been instantaneous BC cash out.
Nice, good confirm here.
They were low enough to die to anything, but just be wary of that. And you really need to stop doing this. Like, it's just not worth the diamond.
That should be
As
death.
long as we don't drop here, I think we could just.
Yeah, that's death.
That should be dead.
See, that's fine right there because you're going for cash outs. That was fine. But don't just burn BCs just to burn BCs. It's really not worth it. Just if it's boring and whatnot, it's fine. Just do the plain old basic, like old Eagle combo. Do the wall bounce of 236H, close light, close heavy, auto combo into just MDP. Just keep it simple. You can save some meter, and especially BC or a diamond. It's really important. I can't stress that enough. You really need to keep the diamond, especially for what you're burning them for. It's just not worth it.
But Molly do one. Look at that Molly.
Near into Yule. Unironically, this is a near matchup where she wins, but if you really know how to play it, you could actually have a pretty easy time getting around this, especially with like post nerf near. This is actually pretty decent matchup. It's like probably a 5-5 at this point for like near and Yule.
Molly on the winner's side, Lappy on the loser's side. Molly on the near as opposed to Fairy. Maybe it's a better matchup, maybe she just wants to play near, who knows. On 2-1-4-H to neutral, the unreactable god special. And Death is gone, Near is now half a character. Lappy gone low on the triple attack.
Unfortunate.
Matches. Full combo, send Lappy to the corner. Just gets BC'd out. BC'd out.
Interesting you do that. I think I know why you're trying to do it, because if you get it right, you can actually just block the BC. You recover quick enough to block BC, but you try to go into stance. Try to be careful about doing fake things like that, especially when you're trying to get like higher and higher in tournaments and you're fighting like better and better opponents. Trying to do gimmicky things like that just kind of stops working in general. Just be careful of that.
Frames, BC'd right back. Death is back on the table.
You're lucky that it did not kill you, but since you pressed immediately after that, you died.
DP, and that's Wally taking the first round. A little bit of a messy interaction there, but we take that. Hi, Spoon. I love Far Heavy. Oh, just go.
See, that's actually pretty solid because it kind of kills death. If you just full send your dashing heavy, it can kind of kill death being sent at you.
Through 2-1-4-H. Spot dodges the high, gets the throw punish.
Yeah, be careful with the back dashes and just trying to force ways in.
Catches Lappy pressing something. Plus frames. Goes for the parry. Maybe to beat a brave counter or an aggressive option, who knows. 2-1-4-H to neutral again. Going straight into SBA. And that's game one going to Molly.
Yeah, there's certain interactions like that, Kyoto, where you're just not allowed to BC until the last hit of moves, and that's kind of just one of them. Like, you're just stuck and forced to eat all the chip and everything else before you can BC. I don't know why some moves have that property, others don't. And that's one of those things for Yule.
Seize the moment. Death is gone.
I don't know what determines it. It's just at random.
Well, baits the throw. Doesn't get anything off of it, unfortunately. Death socks are
I'm at the third dance, 5H charge, killing dance when Near sends it out. Yeah, I can kind of do that. It's a little bit of a sloppy interaction, depending on your spacing and your 5H and which move from Death comes out. You can sometimes get clipped before you can kill Death. It's a little awkward. But most cases, if your 5H is already coming out and flying, you're probably going to kill Death instead.
Gonna have to wait all that time for Death to come back now. He's just gonna hold pressure, spot dodges, gonna couple the low, and then the overhead.
Okay, good.
Well, not punishable there. That should be Death for Molly. Run straight into SBA. And that's gonna kill. Lappy taking round one.
Okay, good.
Strong showing that round. Capitalizing on Near's weakness of being half a character as soon as Death is gone.
Ooh, you were too slow to check it. You were too slow to check. If you're gonna check Death, you gotta be quicker.
Ooh, the high-low mix. This won't kill, but Lappy is one good interaction away from dying. 2-1-4-H to get out of there.
Be careful about doing that. You should just press far light. This, again, 2M. It's simple, but it's very effective. Don't just press sweep, because now you had to commit to something, or is you're very negative to the point you just get punished.
The DP catching the jump. Evening it up. 1-1.
The last thing you ever want to do is be negative in this game. Unfortunately, they woke up mash.
On wake up. Stops Lappy from running it off.
Good, you recognize that on hit, you're actually plus. Good. A lot of people still don't know that.
Doesn't get anything off of the punish though because Death was gone. Good for H. Catches Lappy. Huge button. Especially with Death around. That button is really good. Well, doesn't get caught low the third time. And
Unfortunate, you tried to call it out too many times.
Yeah. Well, we're moving on to set point. Lappy's been on an amazing run so far, but if she's not able to do anything, it might just end here.
Battle 1.
But Lappy has it in her. 100%.
Oh, you roll forward.
Go all the way.
Okay, good for fuzzy blocking it.
Taking your turn back. Death is back up. Gotta watch out for the near specials.
Careful not to overpress. When you're minus, you gotta pay attention to when you're minus. Doesn't mean to keep pressing.
Catching Lappy doing stuff.
Unfortunate, you weren't ready for that. You're getting chipped out to death. Yeah, you're getting chipped out to death. You have to do something.
Frame trap. Molly gone on the set point.
Battle 2.
When you don't challenge the puppet and you just let her roll forever, it's not gonna end well.
Aggressive round start. Gets smashed on. Death is gone, but it's gonna come right back.
Unfortunate.
2-2-M. Air combos. Death is offline right now, but Death is back. Press
Okay,
up
good.
with DP.
Okay, that was.
If
Yo, you gotta be careful. You're doing a little
Death
too much right
DP or
there.
block, that is just a free punish. You just hit Death. Oh, Death isn't around, so isn't able to get the kill and is now stuck in chip health. Anything will kill Lappy right now. Or beats the throw. Cashing out with meter. He's got to do so much to win this right now. Throw tech. Oh, it gets caught by the two.
Unfortunate.
And that's Molly taking it 3-0.
Unfortunate,
Really
you
good stuff
tried
from
it, but you
Lappy
gotta
to
be
get
careful.
to get to grand.
You gotta be careful with that, and you have to be willing to challenge it. And also BC a little bit sometimes. Like, this is one of those matches where you want to BC just to kill. Honestly, it's sometimes worth it just to BC to kill Death. It seems weird, like, why would you do that? But sometimes just simply killing Death helps a lot, especially if the Nier is doing setups and they burn a lot of their cards into Death so they can try to hit you with it. BCing Death, not only do they lose all the cards and now it's a very long cooldown, but also since you kill Death, that's additional cards they lose. Now they're down on Puppet for like a long time and you avoid mix and a lot of chip. Because if you're not careful, you're just going to get chipped to death fast from this character. And then combine that with getting hit, you're going to get screwed. Overall though, you're playing well. Just be careful of the Nier matchups. You probably need to play a few more Niers and be wary of some of the setups. You can steal some meter if you spam the just blocks, but definitely for sure you need to start checking death a little bit more properly and not getting hit by it, and also just slow down a little bit because some of these hits you didn't have to take if you weren't like whiffing and then just pressing that button again. Be mindful. Also, sometimes learning how to backdash a little bit can kind of help you. Like run backdash because you have really good speed and it can kind of throw people off of pressing buttons because you're not having an honest approach anymore. So it makes people a little bit more scared to press, and if they press something with, now you get a full N or even a punish. Start shimmying yourself and just be careful about people backdashing. Keep your pressure also very real too. Don't do weird fake things and don't burn BCs. That comes back to bite you way too hard. If you get hit and then you get super back, you just take so much more damage than you had to and you potentially throw games because of it. Be careful. Block 2-1 for H and BC to 236 H follow. Yeah, one of those situations. Careful on some parts of death to BC. Usually the U skills don't BC U skills, especially like 236 U, because that's armored. And if you try to BC that, what happens is you don't kill death, and in fact, you just get hit by the follow-ups of 236 U, and Nier gets a full combo, and you die and you lose a diamond. Be very careful. There are certain attacks you don't do it to, but in general, any skill that's not you, and then on top of most of the other U skills, at the end of the attack. So even like 236U, wait until the end of the attack, and then you instantly BC, and then you can kill death. One of those things, you have to just start viewing these matches a little bit more differently. What you can do, just be careful about pressing too much on negative, and knowing your spacings a little bit better and getting a little bit cleaner on some of your hit confirms for some things you're doing. Because you're dropping a few crucial kills, especially when you're fighting Molly on their ferry. You could have probably actually won that if you had your hit confirm. Like, you had 3 chances to get a good hit confirm, but you're panicking a little bit and routing a little bit wrong, which left him with enough health to just turn around and kill you instead. So be careful of things like that. Overall though, you were doing very solid. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else. Okay. Let's see. Very solid gameplay. I like that he's adapting his mods. I still struggle with that. It's one of those things. You have to learn how to adapt. One playstyle doesn't fit against all players, and it doesn't also fit against all matchups. You do have to know how to change like what you're doing from time to time with like your opponents. But overall, it's actually really solid. Like, it was good on Lappy. Let's see. 2 hours and 17 minutes. That was a lot of time just reviewing. Let me put this down. Let me stream marker this so I can go back later. 2 hours for 2 Yules. And it was actually a very long time. But hey, you know what? It was very in-depth, and I really needed to do it, especially since I kind of especially owed it to Lappy. I made Lappy wait a long while. Yeah, Lappy had to wait 2 weeks to get a VoD review. That's a little too long. So yeah, I owed it to give them a really, really good in-depth one. Oh wait, there's Lappy. Yeah, I finished your VoD reviews and whatnot. I pinned in streams like, you have like an hour worth of me just going through your games, and if you really want more help, I also reviewed Arcado, so if you want to see more Yule help, you can kind of just do that too. Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, here, I'll show you how I play against like Nier. Let's see. It's not really the same, but it's some of those help, especially if you die in the backdashing. You kind of see what I mean. Like, if you just play straightforward and simple, it kind of goes a long way. Oh wait, I forgot to press the confirm. Oh my god. Nier. Let's see, rank, my own. Yeah, it's like these games are just today too against like this Nier. Yeah, it's like almost every single time I fight a Nier, I will just win. I'll show you how it works. You can't do it 1-for-1, but like you could take the universal stuff I do. Here, I'll actually just turn on basic inputs too. Let's see. Yeah, you don't really need Nier inputs. Just mine. Alright, wrong persons. Also, the game's kind of loud. Hold on. Before I start it, let me actually turn on audio a little bit for myself. 80% should be good. Okay, there we go. Now let me type back in. I actually enjoy finding new Nier. Still know all their subs though. She doesn't really have too much anymore, because she burns her cards if she tries. Yeah, like most Niers, especially game's still very loud. Okay, let me turn it down for you guys. I didn't know it was loud for you guys. I turned it down for myself. Hold on, let me turn it down for you. 65% should be good. Okay. Let me know if it's still too loud though. But when Nier has her puppet down, that's your best situation to genuinely take advantage to fight back. Because there's not much that she can actually do. Appreciate, yeah, no problem. I still need to work on new audio and whatnot, but just how it is. Why did that work twice in a row? Well, I have mini games I played with them, and I know the playstyle at this point. I know what kind of text they're doing, and I know what kind of things they're also doing to get on my pressure. When you play enough people, you know enough styles, and you kind of can guess what's going to work and what doesn't work. And I hate when this happens, but it's fine. It's not entirely Yule. I don't think I have Yule against Nier matches anymore. I kind of wish I saved them. But these are kind of like general things you can do against like Nier. Like I'll show a few more. Like I'll show a few more, just kind of like, it's general things that you could just do against Niers in general.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Yeah, see, this is one of those things you were struggling with. A lot of people, when you're talking about people backdashing a lot, it's honestly fine. If you just 6XL, if you do 6XL right, you catch people backdashing, and honestly, you're not going to get a combo most of the time, but it's fine, because you know why? They shove themselves further into the corner, and you just keep doing another 6XL until they finally decide to stay down. Oh, I would write the name. Yo, appreciate damn tell. Yo, even when I was at Evo, people liked my name. even my the game. What was it? The referee who was having to do the tallies one. Even they liked it. It was like, is that damn tell? I was like, yeah, that's damn tell. Yo, thanks. I can express how much I appreciate this. Like, no, you're welcome and whatnot. My locals hate my name, lol. My user for tournament is "Where's my keys?" That's pretty solid. Whenever they shout it for matches, people try to help them find keys. Wait, what's you have to little gay wolf sex got banned mid bracket while I was streaming, so I had to downgrade to gay wolf Yuri. Damn, that's rough. That's a wild name, but that's rough. Yeah, see right there, check death. There's a lot of times where you just want to check death. Like, if you notice your opponent starts to do like the DP at the end of death, be careful to not always press, but until your opponent actually shows the capability of planning out pressure to catch people mashing on death, there's honestly almost no reason not to do it to kill death. Like, just press, instantaneously press light and you can just get death out of the way. True, there is no better icebreaker than that. And look, this is also like one way to know your cash outs. Keep your cash outs very simple. Pay attention to health. Lab your best like Raging Strike cash out combos, and then pay attention to how much damage you do, and then look at the health bar, and then anytime you get a straight hit into Raging Strike, see if you meet the criteria to just do the cash out. You overcomplicate too much and it leaves them with health sometimes. And the same thing probably for you too, Arcado, if you're struggling with like knowing your routes. When you have too many routes in your hand and too many things you can think of to do, it overwhelms you and you end up doing something very poor and suboptimal. Keep your routes very simple and true, and just pre-lab them. So like if you think, just pre-lab a cash out that you always go to if you meet the criteria. Pre-lab your counter hit rounds, pre-lab like one of each situation. You don't need multiple billion situations, just pre-lab one of each, and that's honestly enough. See right there though again? Instantaneously check death and kill death. It's out of the way. Right there. You see how dead was starting to give me the pressure? I was not going to hold the mix. I waited to hold off on my BC though until Nier was a little closer, so I can kill death and potentially hit Nier weight at the same time, knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. And it also guarantees that they burn a few more cards, just in case too. At the locals and winter finals on SAT, I routed into 2-2U instead of SSB when they were low and lost their round. Haven't forgiven myself since. Yeah, no, that's why it's very important to just really recognize when you're comboing, take a look at your opponent's health when you have a moment. Especially if you're just doing auto combo, while you're doing auto combo, quickly take a look at the health bar and make a judgment call. It's really important to do that.
バトル2エンゲージ愚かなそこにいる遅すぎるなくらえイブリース何それで終わりですメザはどこまで耐えられる
See, again, sometimes just wait. Vary up your timing of when you're killing Puppet, because if I instantly decide to just go for mash there, I would have actually been caught by either Puppet, or even if I killed the Puppet, I would have been punished by getting whiff punished from 6XL from Nier. So instead, slightly wait a little longer, and then BC'd again, just kill both. And that's me screwing up again. And again, pay attention to your killing routes, your cash outs. Yep. And it's kind of just how it is for like all the Niers. Niers especially not threatening when they don't even have Puppet up. So like that's the time when you can really start like doing weird and goofy things and mashing. Like I'll show you another different kind of Nier game. Like that's one Nier, that's like the Nier from today. I'll show you like how this one plays out.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
See, that was unfortunate though. Sometimes it can't happen like that if you don't get the timing right. They jumped over, so BC whiffed, and I ended up getting whiff punished. That can happen. See right there, that's what they would normally do. If they know that you like to BC or check depth, they will do the DP input and that will catch it. But honestly, in that situation, it was not the end of the world. They burned through all of their skills to the point where the last thing they can do was the DP input. Now they have no death, no nothing, and all they got was one measly hit for it. It's more of my favorite to have just mashed singings. And this is them now doing everything in their favor to try to get out of it. They BC, they died.
バトル3レンゲ
対応してみせる上だここだ決めろテス破壊する遅いくだらん絶望しろ破壊する
The bait. Yeah, no, honestly, I can always press spot dodge and I'll still be plus at the end of that spot dodge because of how long the fireball lasts.
終わりだ
It's just an auto bait at this point. Like, I don't even need to really call it out. I will just get it. It's kind of just what happens.
ルシファー
Like, here's another near. Here's your third near player, and I think I know one more I can show. But you kind of noticing like the pattern. You gotta kill death. Be careful not to always mash at the same time every single time. Because if your opponent's actually good, they will know how to change up their timings.
さて砕く愚か邪魔だ遅いさて終わらせてやる遅対応してみせるどけ
See right there? Checked it. Kill death and hit near. And look at that. That's not even in the world because they can't do much after that.
飛べ消滅するがいい
いや
わ
And to get used to varying up the timings, it's just been like a week committing to it in games and only that. Yeah, if you're playing against a bunch of nears, get used to just like trying to challenge death and killing death appropriately. Try to just not always do it at the same time, but just get used to challenging it at like the correct times. The biggest thing, if you ever block Death's DP, always smash light, because the DP, there is no frame trap and nothing you can do after DP. Because that DP was meant to catch you mashing. So if you end up blocking that too, then you mash always. Without fail, you will always mash because it will always kill. We don't have nears in our region. It's just Molly. No one else plays her. Fair enough. You probably have to play ranked if you want to see them.
もう何もかも嫌
ことごとく無にキスがいい新世界をのたまうには
Yeah, can you not ask Molly for like long sets? I'm pretty sure they'd be down to play with you. Oops, let me put this to full. Oh wait, my matches though. Here you go. Here's another one. This is like one of the nears I've been helping for a long time. I've really been helping them to cover up the weakness of challenging Puppet. They've gotten better at it. It's like this is kind of what it looks like when Nier actually knows about playing around the gimmick of challenging death. It does get harder when Nier actually knows it, but Nier is risking more cards though to catch you on challenging death. So it's still not the end of the world, because in order to call you out, you have to burn a lot more cards, which means just no death for when they need it afterwards.
ここだイブリースくらえ遅いその命と受けさて
危ない
She always getting frustrated from the matchup, so she stays on top. I mean, I can, but then she gets bored and drunk and swaps to Bay. Oh, she's one of those. But I definitely want to yes, especially the fairy. You see how I kind of can't compete with that? Honestly, if you watch the VoD review back, like after I'm done with this, I kind of helped you out. You were playing it right, and you were actually close to winning it. There's just a few things you need to learn that's crucial to the fairy matchup, and also look at the first ones too, because I also helped review the Arcuros matches against like their fairy matchup too. If you watch the entire VODs, it's like 2 hours. Just gonna warn you, it's 2 hours, but if you really watch through all of it, it will help a lot. Yeah, feel free to keep rewatching through it. And if it's ever gone, all of my stuff's on my YouTube channel, which I'm planning on uploading a bunch of videos over there too. So like, if you really need to, you can just go over to my YouTube. Every single stream I have is also going to be saved over there in archive. Yeah.
対応してみせきれ無の境地に打ち震えアクション逃げる逃げられるというのならな
なんでどうして
うずくな
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you're seeing some unique Lucy counterplay to like Nier. Yule has some of her own. You just have to go around for it. Honestly, Yule is really good at getting in on Nier, especially nowadays Nier, and killing Puppet. Just because your buttons are fast enough to compete with Nier, you get really good combos. You're really fast. Like everything you need for like the Nier MU, you can kind of get away with, especially with just the way Nier works nowadays. It's a lot more in favor for like Yule. It's probably like a 5-5 matchup if you really learn it, because a lot of Niers just don't know how to get past people just killing death. If you just check death properly, then it's probably going to be in the bag for you. Like even a lot of GM Niers, I kind of get free crystals from every time I fight them.
鬱陶しいくらえ無駄だ何もかもだくらえ消し飛ぶ
近づかないで
And that one's funny. Yeah, no, because they know that I know that they're actually negative off of that. Because most people don't know it's negative. So they finally did that. Let me see, is there more? I mean, it's just a bunch of games I have with them. I'll show you another one.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
こっちくだらん絶望しろ直線
See right there, checking death like that. Oh yo, thank you for the follow. Oh wait. Oh wait, you never actually followed me yet? I'm surprised you never followed me yet. Yo, thank you for that there, Lappy. And I thought so too. I thought you were probably like one of my earliest. Guess not. Yo, thank you for that though. Alright, that's another thing that kind of screws over death. I mean, Nier. Honestly, especially for like Yule, if you're like full screen, you can kind of just jump, and if she does anything with death, it's just gonna whiff, and you can just do a jumping button and punish. I don't always recommend doing it, but it's just one of those options. But you notice though how they're actually mixing up the timings of when they try to call out my mash? That's how Niers had to do it, but they look at their card count already. They burned so many cards just to try to catch me mashing one time. Which means next when death goes down, it's a very long cooldown. And if they were wrong and I killed it, they would be down for like probably 10 to 12 seconds. Sometimes, like if you just actually can kill death, even if you get hit by death, the amount of cards they burn just to try to catch it is so worth it. Just the threat of you actually being able to kill death puts them in such a rough spot, because in order to try to get you to stop mashing, they have to burn so many cards. So like it's really a good trade still, especially in a situation like that, because the worst that happened was I just got hit by like the DP input. There's no combo, no nothing. Now all their cards are gone and they have to pull death away. Otherwise they're gonna keep burning cards like that. Now look how long the cooldown is. They had 4 cards left. Now I win. Like they lost half their health and my combo limit was not even close to being done. Just mix up your timing on when you challenge that. If you ever see the deep input, always instantaneously then kill it. Yeah, look at that. 2 cards already. The devious wake up throw. 2 cards of death already. Like, I took a fat chunk of damage, but now they're already in a bad situation again. That was them. That was good on them for catching my low. That's just how it is. The matchup is rough and near when you put her in uncomfortable situations and you force her hand. When you force her to have to burn more cards to actually get you to try to stop mashing on death, it puts her in a rougher and rougher spot, especially when you mix up your timing and they have to keep burning more cards to try to catch you mashing. It puts it in your favor, especially if you can get it at certain points where it's like the risk reward is so heavy in your favor to where it's like, if all that happens is you take 1,000 damage, but now they have no death for like a solid 12 seconds, that's all you need to probably kill Nier. By then she gets her things back. Like, look at that. Her pressure is very weak. She can't do much. She has to really try. Don't get me wrong, she can do it. Like right there, I messed up on my 2M timing and they were able to get me. But it took her 3 separate hits and the conversions to actually kill me though. See right there. The moment you see the DP, just mash your input. You kill death right then and there. But if you want to double down, make sure you have your next follow-up button ready to kill and check Nier, because Niers will try to run it after you, checking dead to keep you blocking. So you have to fight 2 fronts at the same time. So I instantly press light and then I press far medium for the Nier. I press light to kill death, and the far medium was for Nier if she tried to challenge me and make me block with the 6-6 or anything like that. It's very quick and you have to keep tabs of 2 things at once, but it's very necessary if you want to keep on top of the matchup. Normally, the best thing you could do with Yule that I was always doing even since like the initial launch of the game, to check death, Farlight 2M. Farlight 2M is a really good check to do, like when you're trying to kill Puppet and then check Nier. It's a really solid thing to do. Don't press Far Medium, but Farlight 2M. That's what you want to do. That's what you're aiming for. I don't know if I have Nier games over here. I might have some Nier games recorded, but I'm not sure. Oh, these are just other opponents. Actually, let me show you something. Here. This is Kiwi. This was against Kiwi. This was the day when I hopped inside like the chat for Yule Court, and I was talking about like, please stop pressing far medium, because this is what happens when you guys kind of just do that. You're just gonna die. I'll show you what happens. Oh, you see right there, Arcado? Even I fall for it. Even though I know a lot of things in this game, I still accidentally autopilot it. You see how they did it to you, and then I accidentally try to BC like a goofball, and they can just block it. I don't know why. It's just one of those few moves that you just can't BC until the last hit, and you can block. Right there. Guess what I'm mashing? You can already see my input. The moment I see far medium. It's a big scary blue flash button. And that was a good YOLO jump. I don't want to watch all that. Oh, never mind. Sorry, skipping the next round. I thought I had to watch the cutscene. I would never react to far I would just mash based on player habits. Fair enough. Honestly, you can get used to it. I mean, 2M is our real Farlight. True. Look at that right there. When you know spacing and you know your character so well, I know I could just press throw on you and you're gonna get no escape. I know my own character too well. I know that's not real, so I could just DP that. Like the moment they start to do more and more fake things with Yule, they start to blow up for it. When they play normal, they can catch me. I lose the fundamentals, I don't lose the gimmicks. That was an interaction I did not know could play out like that. Yeah, this was one they won. I think it was the first match. So like you can see this. Now watch the other ones. Gurren is genuinely Yule's biggest knowledge check. It depends on your spacing. It's just I know these spacings though when you do things. Yeah, here's the other ones. That was the first match and this is the second match and I'll show you third. Gurren, it's somewhat usable in some situations. It just really depends against the characters and other things like that. I got all my reactions to execution with youngster. I watched that period. No, I got even slower reactions. I'm the most ultimate boomer. Even when I did the reaction test, I was actually so slow. Boom. I know the spacings for that. I'm ready to instantly mash on your whiff. See, right there I saw far medium. Far M, Raging Strike confirm. The moment you press it, you're gonna die. Like that's the thing, both for Yules and the opponents, knowing Gurren does the damage of a light through chip and the spacing. So good for punishable if you know what you're doing. So when I say Yule, far M, just check them. When they do far M, there's almost no reason to not mash a move that's 7 frames or quicker. What should I use to check while playing Charlotta? Honestly, I wouldn't really know what Charlotta frame data is on her mediums. Check. See whatever button is 7 frames or quicker, and then you just cancel into a skill. It might be your standing medium or 2M. I honestly can't tell you. I have to check that. I never looked at Charlotta frame data, but I'm pretty sure it's quick. Except the heavies. And look at that. Catch the flip. This time around, game 2, I was actually ready to start checking flips again. So the moment they flip, they're also going to get counter hit again. Oh, you see that, Arcudo? You see that right there, how they were doing the combo? And then they just ended it with a different routing. You can keep combos going after that. It's just if you're trying to cash out, you want to cancel into you want to cancel out a stance from the overhead kick into close light into just a super. And that was super negative. I was not going to press throw. I was just going to press close medium. That was way too negative.
末の供物となる死よ
If the meat is there, yeah, I did that against that bay where it barely didn't kill. You can get close medium, but it's tight, yeah. And it does more damage if it's more scaled for L6 frames.
スローだつくづく
You know, you see right there, it did it again. -7. The moment I see it, I'm mashing.
邪魔だ
Right there. They did farm medium and they tried to cancel into something else. I wasn't ready to get the kill though.
ソシエと反省会やな
For light 6 frames, I need more games.
あまりにも
I just overhauled the Yule combo page like this week in Lamau.
るんぞ
I heard people talking about Dust Loop for Yule being updated when I was at Evo. Are you the one who did it?
ユエル VS ルシファー
Yeah, it's -7 on block and there's no true frame trap except a very delayed 236L. And if you're too close, then there's nothing you can do.
もちろん邪魔だなんだ
Look, did it again. Wrong spacing, I could just press throw if you press anything.
どけ
I know my character too well.
やったんで
さかしいな週末の供物となる恐れている
海を滅ぼす冷たき炎
There was still parry combos. Dang. I think it was my funnest parry combos. Too bad they're gone now.
対応してみせ目障り消えろ思い上がる遅い
縛りよし
どけ
お見舞いしたる
それは直線的速どけ落ちろ
Oh, this was Gap Central. I'm at chip kill and look at how much I have to do to kill them. Any hit of the skill kills me. I forgot how much I was gapping here.
それで対応してみせ邪魔それでスローチスローチ目障
I forgot I had to gap this all. I forgot I had to do all of that.
くだらん週末は
I forgot I had to do all that.
消えろ無駄だどけ
Yeah, I locked in. I had to make sure I catch every single thing that is fake on the wall.
甘い
逃がさへんで
出力を上げるか絶望しろ
And they just kept mashing. I don't know why.
邪魔する
怒るで
破壊する消えろ
お見舞いしたる
Yep, can't do that. Throw punish again.
差を教えてやる
I know how to beat my own character.
さて死ね
Yep, and the moment did that. I could have hit confirm, but I quickly just auto confirm. I'll take that though. Every single farm meeting, I will just press my own farm meeting return. You will die. And nowadays I have better routes. I will just confirm into a U fireball. I can now make it take half your health if you press farm medium on me. Oh, and that was the last chance they had. And then more of these, just another Yule GM I keep seeing. Oh wait, for you playing Seox, I'll show you how you can kind of fight a Seox. There's certain things you could do. You can't do it 1-for-1 of the same punishes, but you could do the same philosophy. Like even I did this even at Evo and had to fight a Seox for top 32. Like I double perfected like the Seox at the tourney one, because like there's a lot of things like this right here. If you ever see Seox, I'm pretty sure if you still remember this device, it's still going to be the same things you do on Yule, except now you just get better routes. If Seox ever does empty hand, do a delayed far heavy, because that happens right there. You always get your combo. Delay far heavy into whatever confirm you want. They can't do nothing about it. They can't do nothing about it. If you do 2H, they can cancel on the skills that kill you because 2H is a lot longer to do, but far heavy would never be punished, especially on a character like you. Any version of you empty, or any version of empty hand, except for the U version, just because for whatever reason they decided to give it iframes and a combo on hit, which is stupid. But you know, side games, Arxis. But outside that, if you just do a delay far heavy, like standing heavy, you always win those. You can't lose those. That's always been a thing I've been doing since like the launch of the game. So trust me, I used to know every single way to beat like Seahawks with Yule. There was so many Yule specific OSs you could do to fight against Seahawks. They took half of them away, but that's one you can still do with your counterpart far heavy. Yep, even back when he was top 6, I mean top 3, I would never lose against Seahawks. I just knew every single OS to shut down every option they do. Yeah, see, like usually what happens when you punish them so badly like that, they just get too scared. Yeah, I find that EVOJP. I met a bunch of people I was not expecting to meet, and like it was also kind of fun playing with like some of my opponents. And just talking to them afterwards. It's pretty solid. I screwed up in my last set. Could have been continuing my run in top 32, but then I actually goofed up a little bit. But I'll take it. It's alright. I don't remember what I was trying to do there. That was a screw up though. That is a Lucilius unique action. It's not a Yule specific, honestly. If you see a fireball that high up though, just roll forward. Or DP instantaneously. Yeah, you can just like DP full forward, or if you really want to do it, you could definitely just slip past the fireball. But this one's a little bit more skillful and you have to really get your time right. You could slip past the fireball by just using regular SBO. The regular SBO on Yule has a lot of forward travel momentum and iframes before you get hit by projectiles. So you could catch him on the way down, but honestly just DP at that height, you would be fine. And this is me being a boomer getting hit by every rage shark in the book. Oh, actually, I'll say this. The only time you don't try to check the empty hand is when you're in the corner. So if he's not full screen, if his empty hand doesn't take him full screen, don't check it, because then he can actually bait with it. That is the one thing I forgot to say. That's the only caveat. It's like in the corner, it's very real. He can cancel out the empty hand into 2-1-4U and you're gonna explode and die for it. But full screen, feel free. Just do it. There's no reason not to do it. He literally can't do nothing about it. And if he ever commits, it's just a free combo. And that just sucks. He just decided to wake up on that. And you cashed out too early without the kill, so I get the kill. Kind of goes for like all these Seahawkses. In my Bri, I don't think to roll it because it's like so like not horizontal as a fireball. It's a little weird, but you can always kind of roll it. That's honestly the answer when he just throws the fireball high up. When he throws the fireball high up, you have to roll it. If he's doing it grounded, then you can spot dodge. See, right there. Like I said, you can just spot dodge. And this is me just not fuzzy mashing for some reason. Hey, you see what I mean? I literally just kept doing it. All the empty hands, I'm just gonna keep pressing heavy. The body craze pressing throw on defense. There. It's something I want to improve on so much. Patience plus proper fuzzy. Yeah, it takes a while to do it. Honestly, it's not the most important thing. I just try to press when I feel like it. It's just like, I just have a naturally good sense of kind of knowing how to properly fuzzy press on things. It's just a lot of practice. You're just gonna have to actively apply it to yourself and actively keep on trying to do it. Eventually, you'll get it. I really should just mount a whiteboard in my office and write up all the advice. Yeah. Yeah, that's one way. Dude, some people actually have like journals and notebooks that they write everything in before they fight in some matches. It's actually kind of funny if you ever look at some of that. Alright, these are more near games again. Alright, there's Belial. I need to finish recording some of these games before they're gone. But let me see, is there anything else that applies to you guys? That's Taco Dot. That's a lot of Taco Dot games. Or there's one guy who's like somewhere between my rival and my training partner, and he has the notebook. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Some people just have notebooks and they write everything in. It's kind of funny. And I want to see the part on me so much. Yeah, wait, they write per player? I thought they write general advice. They write per player? That's actually kind of crazy. Or they have a game of Totoro saved. Okay. I don't know. I guess all those games. I don't think anything else really applies. I need to pick up Yule again a little bit later. Like, maybe if they make a few more changes to Yule, I might try to pick her up again normally. Oh, Makona. Wait, what the heck? Oh, yeah, what's up? Yeah, I think those are all the games that kind of apply for you too. That should be enough, like, you guys. Because there's not too much anything else. Because beyond that, the device is going to start turning into like Lucilia specific, not really general specific that you could use to help you guys. The return of the GOAT. He refuses to let me see until he starts winning the MU. I'm so excited to see the download. Oh, it absolutely is going to be good food for me. You know, you have 2 hours of footage just going back and like sharing all my sacred knowledge of my time I spent on Yule for like you guys, and also just things not to do on Yule. But it should help though. And if you guys have more footage, and of course, again, like I said, just jump the footage inside the VoD review, and I'll just VoD review again for you guys. Cutely rolls into the fairy tomb for the 50th time and dies, yeah. Don't worry. Like I said, I know a lot of like things of how you fight certain characters and how to play things properly, but I'm still gonna get hit by the same things at the end of the day. Like, I know my own character through and through on Yule. Still doesn't mean I'm not gonna get like unironically killed by some Yule gimmicks. Like that's kind of just me. I know how to get around everything and I still fall for the same tricks. I'll enter many more online tournaments in the next month. There'd be for sure another time where I need some help. Yeah, for sure. I'm always down to help everyone. Why not? It's just you guys gotta keep posting them if you want more help. Like, I need to pick up my Yule again so I can start just having some pre-recorded footage of my Yule games against like every kind of MU I possibly can. So I could just kind of share it with you guys to see how I play each matchup. But that's going to require me to relearn and re-catch up on all the new Yule tech and stuff, which honestly it's not going to be too hard. Because I kind of understand most of it already, just from seeing it so much and, you know, fighting other Yules like Kiwi and whatnot recently. But yeah, I need to clean up on some of it. And there's still a lot of tech that I have on Yule that many Yules still don't know, nor know how to use and do and whatnot. It's like I kind of can get away with some things. Well, good news, the combo list just got updated, and also there's a set that already named after me. Dude, I think the saddest one is my goofy setup I lost out on, if you still remember it. It's the combo that ended with like 236U in the wall, 2H, and then you just jump across the opponent. It wasn't really DP safe in the traditional sense. It's just, if somebody DPs, or especially they super, they always super and DP the wrong direction. So it's kind of funny. You can't really do it because of how much air momentum they change. La PP setup is 2-1 for HM. Oh, I think I seen you do that when you were playing against the fairy. I was wondering what you were doing there, if that was intentional or not. That was you? You made that? That's a cute little setup. You have that still, my little original setup? That's funny. I know there's a lot of things that I have that still technically works that Yules aren't doing anymore. I'm keeping that for myself and anyone else who learned it. Yeah, because of that setup, I started learning all the side swaps. Yeah. Yeah, to this day, I still have a great effect on all my Yules. You love to see it. The one that leads you +1. Yeah, I think that's the one they're talking about. That's funny though, you made your own. Yeah, because the time of the 200 for HM reset, it's actually safe. It's like -1, yeah, because it's a late hit. Sick. It's funny. Wow, I fought a lot of Yules. But I mean, there's no point. You already kind of understand what to not be doing on Yule. That's 3 hours of VoD review. I wonder if that time if I lost my GM again. Hold on. No, cool. I don't have to play. But, you know, I was going to play some matches, maybe play with like some other people, but surprisingly, I doing 2 VoD reviews ate up 2.5 hours, and then sitting here and just showing some of my own footage of how I deal with certain matchups and some universal things also took another half an hour. Dude, where did my time go? 3 hours and 10 minutes in. All it was just actually pure VoD reviews. Hey, it was worth it. I especially owed it to you though. Luppy, I have not VoD review for 2 weeks. I was supposed to do it like a while ago, but like I got so busy having to prepare for EVOJP and other things, I just did not have time to do reviews. But I'm back now. I got some more time since Evo's over. Yeah, definitely. Make sure to check back multiple times, and like I said, I'm gonna have this saved on YouTube anyways. If you truly want to find my YouTube, oh Yui, thank you for that, Makana. Dude, I appreciate having all my Yules. All my Yule, my kin are following me. Yeah, I got my Fred, who followed a long time ago. I got all the Yules that I helped a long time ago. EVOJP takes priority. And then, I mean, you saw the little thing I drew of La Creature Yule. That was pretty great. It was like a giant station where you just draw things. I had to create some Grand Blues, like some other friends and whatnot. If you know who Norse is, like, we had like some fairy art, we had for sushi art, and I had my La Creature Yule that I made. Some people saw that, I was like, wait, why is there a Yule drawing? That was funny. I should have taken it home with me. I really hope for some changes. I need if they change stance a little bit more, I might come back to relearn a new version of stance on Yule. It's just the current stance is still too gimmicky to the point where you can't play in it. That's my issue. I can't play in stance. I can't stay in stance. It's just something you use for quick high-low mix guesses. If they give me back something that somewhat resembles old stance so we can actually kind of play it and stay in stance, I will do it. Because my Yule was very weird. I stayed in stance. I literally played neutral in stance. I hop forward and back and just spot dodge things. Like, I played pretty weird with stance, but it's what made mine unique. If they add some resemblance back, I will probably pick up Yule again, or if they just make some other kind of changes that I can get behind. I like the direction they were making with stance. They finally added purpose to 2L again, and like some of the other moves. I just need a little bit more, just a little more something of substance needs to be in there, and I'll probably come back to Yule. Some people love to stay in Blameberry, as you see. I'm like super against staying in stance. Still do, apparently the casino's too incisive. Dude, that's the problem. You gotta be careful about that. It's really funny to just keep doing high-low, but it's really, really not good. Past like 2 times, maybe 3 times. Yeah, you did see my Ladule. It's funny. But yeah, other than that, I need some water. Because my throat's running dry for 3 hours of talking. Bring back stance parry, counter hit that gave me combos versus jab and DP. That was true. Okay, if they truly add back auto parry mid, that is honestly almost enough for me to play with Yule. Because without that, it's so hard to make people to not want to just mash something when you're in stance and standing. Like, I can't play neutral with it. It's only good for like Oki and like instantaneous pressure, but for pressure, like not for neutral, it's kind of impossible. Because the moment you try to hop forward and do anything, they're just gonna mash the standing button, and it's kind of in their favor, honestly. Dude, if they give you combos off of counter hit parry again from people DPing, oh, that'd be so hype. But you know, people would get so mad again. But I love that. That was so cool. Or like you parry BCs off of your safe jab. Oh, that was so rewarding when you get like double parries. I remember you do safe jab, 2M, they instantly parry, or they instantly BC, they get parried. You instantly do the safe jab again, they BC again out of frustration, and just like that, they're already 2 diamonds down, and they got parried twice, and they're still in the same situation. Dude, I think the worst one I had is like somebody BC twice, and then they super the 3rd time, and then they died. They just like that, they just died. Oh, at that point, they didn't even watch me finish the super. They just quit. They closed the game. I don't blame them. That was so frustrating, but it was so funny. You can combo against some DPs reversal when you parry them. Yeah. It's very frustrating. Like, at the end of the day, that's why they removed it, but I don't know. It's hard to try to balance a game to where you don't frustrate the newbies too much, yet you make them viable at high level. It's a really fine line you have to walk. Sadly, Yule's too much of like a noob slayer, especially with stance, so she just got butchered even though she wasn't even the greatest. And my throat's already dying. A fine line between the genius and the dumb Yule. Yeah, there's a fine line between stupidity and genius. Madness and genius. But my throat's dying. I think I'm gonna have to actually end it there. I can feel it so dried out right now. Alright, though. I'm glad that I got around to doing the VoD reviews. And hopefully that should help you guys. And again, like I said, just go on YouTube if you need to review any of it, if it's gone by the time you need it. But other than that, I definitely appreciate y'all sticking around, and on top of like all the other people popping in here, and also like the new follows from like Makana, Laffy, like everyone else. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely a good stream back, and I'm also just kind of glad that Evo's over. I should be able to start picking up some more streaming again, and hopefully doing some more VoD reviews. Hopefully with some more people. But other than that, I definitely appreciate it, and I'm gonna shoot you guys somewhere. Let me see who's streaming in English, so I can actually just send you guys somewhere. Oh wait, who gave me another follow as I'm about to close? Yeah, wait, who did that? Oh wait, oh, there's you, Akira. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. I am surprised you weren't following too. I'm surprised how many of you guys have not been following yet. You guys kind of already been tuning in multiple times. I appreciate it though. I'm just surprised you guys haven't already been following. I'm gonna shoot you guys. Who's streaming? Who do I want to send you guys to? Let me send you to a newbie A rank, Jita Gaming. Alrighty. Though, I appreciate it. I need to stop talking. My throat really hurts. It's dry. I'm gonna go chug a whole gallon of water. But again, appreciate it. Hopefully I'll be back soon. See y'all later. Peace.